No, I want you, and I'll sit out one.
Are we within
No,
minutes?
Tony, you're in.
Figure it out.
You two are gonna do it. I'm just setting it up.
Are we within seconds of this getting ready?
Yeah, probably like 60 seconds. All I have to do is change the teams on here.
Any amount of time can be measured in seconds. We're about 1,600 seconds away.
All right, so reset clock. Now I just have to change the team logos. Grand Valley's already on there, so that's gonna make it twice as fast. Albums, Cincinnati. Center it.
Change the name.
Yeah. I have to go to here to change the name, which
I
is
have an
annoying.
announcement to make. Should I make the announcement?
Inside of here. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hey, can you share this because it's live?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, he stands up.
Hey, so this one, I just clicked this because we're recording this game.
Okay.
Is this the angle you want? Is that low enough or whatever? How do you
No, I would have it up like this the whole time.
Are you live?
We're live.
We are live.
We're good. What?
Live.
ready. TV ready.
National semifinal on court 2. We have Grand Valley State against University of Cincinnati. I am Tony Subble, the voice of college dodgeball, joined in the booth by the president himself, Hunter Ford.
Hey guys, I'm here too. And honestly, president is such a meaningless title. You know, I've just basically been everything else a handyman today. Been doing a lot of utility work, fixing scoreboards, picking up trash, setting up the schedule. Done a lot of stuff, but I have to say it's all been worth it. We're getting a lot of exciting matchups today, and this one I am very much looking forward to because it could go either way.
Assistant ref just took one in the no-no section there. Hopefully he's able to continue. It's Grand Valley playing from their back line to start.
And a nice throw, but quick dodge by number 15 of Cincinnati, making sure he got out of the way. Good protection from number 8, Kevin Skiba, too.
Ben Smart going to lead the charge back for Grand Valley.
We've got a little bit of a stalemate to start this, which I have to say is probably within expectations. You know, two teams who really know what they're doing, feeling each other out, making sure that they're not making any mistakes.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've seen each other too, so a lot of posturing in the first minute 30 here. Josh Hill going to come back.
Oh, and that's a great hit to take out McGinn.
A couple throws off the mark for Grand Valley there.
So right now we're even on ball count. Grand Valley with a slight edge in terms of player count. Still anyone's point though. Oh, great kill over there. Brett Liming
counter
taking,
too.
Yep, Brett Liming taking out Ben Smart though. That's a big get for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Ben Smart will be first in the queue though. That's kind of a high throw. We'll see. I guess they counted it.
Slightly questionable, but GV's got a really tall team this year, so I see it. Oh, great block from Kevin Skiba protecting his teammates right there. That's textbook team player dodgeball.
Ray Franklin with a low block. Even Tyler Peach going to patrol the middle there.
Yep. Let's see if Grand Valley sets up a team throw. They do not.
Grand Valley maintaining ball control.
Yep. And I think that was smart right there from Cincinnati not to give Grand Valley the ability to go onto the counter for them with a quick reset throw. So now Grand Valley's going to have to come up and they can't expose them on any type of counter play. And Grand Valley wastes 2 balls right there. Cincinnati doing a great job of ball possession.
Grand Valley retreating.
Get up! Ooh, dangerous play right there. Almost got caught in the cross.
Cincinnati utilizing that wall pretty effectively there on some of these higher throws. It's not a solid wall behind there, but those pillars do make for some advantageous bounces.
This is true.
Ray Heitman.
Oh, that was a great
toe tapper.
Josh Hill I mean, Josh Hill's a true veteran. He's been around for a while, knows exactly what he's doing, knows exactly where to place his throw.
Really, really good transition player. Arguably, maybe outside of Ben Smart, I would say Grand Valley's best transition player.
Oh, and Grand Valley getting some key plays right there, putting a lot of pressure on Cincinnati early.
Franklin keeping the high line.
One thing to keep in mind right now, Cincinnati's got 6 players on the court. If they lose another, they will be moved down to a 10-second shot clock.
Yep, when you drop down to 5 players or fewer, your shot clock will then transition from 15 down to 10 seconds, kind of speeds up the pace of play a little bit. There's a little more pressure on the team that's down. Owen Israel's not a throw.
Oh, and an almost catch from Corey Heitman.
Luke Bowman with a snappy little throw there, takes out.
Yeah, it would have been a great momentum builder. Sorry, I came right over you, but it would have been a great momentum builder for Cincinnati, but instead it's a great momentum builder for GV. Another tag from Josh Hill right there, takes out Kevin Skiba.
Josh Hill arguably throws harder post-surgery than he did when he was an underclassman and had, pre-surgery. A couple throws from Grand Valley in transition and they missed.
Yeah. I will say, I don't think that Cincinnati's necessarily playing a poor game right now. GV is just really on their game.
Grand Valley is really playing great transition ball.
And that's a
counter by Owen Israels. I thought he got him there. All right, no call from the ref. We'll play on.
Oh, and a great catch from Ray Franklin right there.
Yeah, he's feeling himself now.
Ooh. I gotta say, pretty gutsy from Cincinnati right there to try and take that catch.
One thing about Ray Franklin, he's one of the most emotional players you'll ever see on the court. They really have to rein him in at times. He can take over a game, but...
And a nice catch right there from Cincinnati.
I believe that was Aiden Jacobs throwing the catch there for Grand Valley, one of the rookies. Grand Valley's got another pretty talented rookie class.
Oh, great hit right there.
Great counter by Nick Field.
Oh, and another kill for Grand Valley. 2 players remaining for Cincinnati. 1 player to watch, number 44, Jacob Weber. Really talented guy, can keep Cincinnati in this point.
Jacob Weber.
And unfortunately...
All right, so we had a balls over call right there. Ben Smart was looking to lead the charge on the counter there, but balls over before that. Jacob Weber, if any of you were tuning into the stream where Cincinnati just had a narrow victory over Towson, he single-handedly took over a point or 2 with his catching, so he could do it again here. I think Grand Valley knows the scouting report.
And here it comes. Great.
They got him.
Great tag right there in the team throw from Grand Valley. Only 1 player to beat now, and a whole host of Lakers. Oh!
Nick Hill tried to get him with the late throw. Thought he caught him sleeping, just kind of hung it a little bit. So brings in Brandon McGinn. That's a good player for Cincy.
Yeah, I won't say that I dislike the idea from Nick Hill there, but just the execution wasn't there.
Yep. Way to stay in, hang tough by McGinn there. He's an overtime player for Cincy. 7 minutes gone by, national semifinal, number 1 versus number 5.
No throw there. Here comes the Lakers. Good throw from Ben Smart, just misses a little high. They need to set up a team throw on this counter though, I think. McGinn's too talented of a player to have a solo throw on him in this situation. And that throw was good right there.
Yep.
So here's where I think we see a team throw coming into the corner. And that gets him.
They got him. So that point took Grand Valley about 7.5 minutes. 7.5 minutes. Grand Valley takes point 1. Looked pretty good doing it too. Did throw an untimely catch in there, but got away with it. Transition game was really, really good for them, working for them.
Yeah, the one thing that's a big concern right now for Cincinnati is, like I said before, I didn't think they necessarily played it poorly, but they played into GV strength, which is that quick counter transition type of game. And so they ended up in a lot of situations where Cincinnati had to be the one like on attack, but they were on their back heels when they were making throws at the attack line because they didn't have ball control. Really a big key for them is going to have to be winning the opening rush so that they can try and maintain a little bit of control and apply a little bit more pressure.
I agree, and Grand Valley didn't really let them get away with any of the wall ball stuff. I think since he didn't make a full effort to do it, kind of a half-hearted effort to throw at those pillars, Grand Valley wasn't really having any of it.
Yeah, one thing I will say that I might like to see if I'm Cincinnati too is those Grand Valley players are going to charge, but they're fully expecting Cincinnati to be on the defense and backpedal and stuff like that. I think going with like a fall backpedal type of play and then attacking on a counter of your own would be a good way.
We are underway, point 2, national semifinal, court 2 here. Okay, they are calling him out. Ben Smart got that initial kill off the rush there.
And Grand Valley dominated the opening rush. They got all 4 of the middle balls. Oh, great tag right there from McGinn.
Skiba then gets countered by Owen Israels. I believe that was on the throw.
Yeah. Just a little bit low.
Leaders for Grand Valley imploring the team throw.
Ooh, not a bad team throw. Just missed. As you were, actually. It was a hit after all. Referee saw something I didn't see.
Yeah, that looks like they got Jacob Weber there. I didn't see it either.
I absolutely trust our officiating crew, though. We've got a lot of experienced referees, including Dylan Greer, longtime player for Ohio State. And that's an L right there.
Out there.
Yeah, we've got Dylan Greer as our head ref. Big, longtime player for Ohio State. And then Adam Pfeiffer as the assistant referee, longtime player within the NCDA as well. Ooh. And see, I think Cincinnati listened to me a little bit because they're trying to get a little bit of these quick resets to make sure that they're not have to be all the way up. And they also have pretty solid ball control right now.
Grand Valley is just so accurate with their reset throws. Like even if they know they're not going to get a kill out of it, they're not going to get caught, and it's not going to, the shot clock's going to get reset. All right.
Nothing there.
Stop by Grand Valley there. Ben Smart will return fire and retreat.
Good block there.
Ray Franklin almost caught him with that cross there. A little submariner rise and throw there.
Oh, and there's a tag in the corner.
And then
Ray Franklin hit.
Bowman misses the catch. So there's 3 quick kills in the corner. Bowman, Franklin, Owen Israels. 3 very good players go down, and just like that, Cincinnati's got Grand Valley down to 7 guys.
And here's a quick counter coming from Corey Heitman. Nothing there. Oh, very close throws on both sides. Nothing connects.
Ball right in front of us here. So you got Alec Gonzalez and Ben Smart pushing the pace up at the top of your screen. Going to control that left side.
Oh, and a catch from Ben Smart. As you were, actually. It was a deflection off of the blocking player. And I think, I trust the call there. They're right there. They can definitely hear any type of rubber-on-rubber action.
Yeah, Adam Pfeiffer was all over it. He made that call with absolute conviction. So, the tall rookie.
Number 6.
He's pumped up about it.
I'd be pumped up too. You take out one of Cincinnati's best players.
That's Ryan Paddock, the tall freshman for Grand Valley, part of that talented rookie class they've brought in. All right, Brett Liming with a low throw.
But a catch.
That throw kind of rose on Gonzalez there. I don't think he meant to get it that high, but right in the breadbasket there for Brett. Easy pickings.
Yeah, so Grand Valley's down to 6 players now on the court, so they are 1 player away from a 10-second shot clock.
They do have 3 of their overtime 6 on the court right now.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Depending on the
Matthew
day.
Budai, freshman, he's been on there before, but yeah, it depends what kind of roster they're taking. So.
Oh! What was that?
I had PTSD from Minnesota Nationals when I got hit, but Sorry for the grimace there. I just took a Ben Smart ball to the stomach.
Let's see what GB does here.
I think they said that throw was good. Cincinnati thought it was questionable at best.
One thing I also like here, Cincinnati's doing a much better job of pump faking, so they're getting GB off their game. Don't necessarily know who's going to throw and where.
Yeah, I think Grand Valley is just trying to see if they can't bleed out a little extra ball control. They're down to 3 and stuck playing on their back line.
Team throw misses.
Little crisscross there, the ball's split. Cincinnati going to come back up. It's going to be their throw first, it looks like here.
Unfortunately, Cincinnati is now going to be on a 10 count. They lost Brett Liming in an earlier exchange.
Okay, I missed that part, but yeah, that's big for Grand Valley now.
And we just got word that JMU took the first point against Michigan State on the other court.
Wow.
No idea how much time is left, but the score is 1-0 JMU.
By the rookie. Glad we're getting live updates from the other court. That's great.
So this will be interesting right here. Cincinnati does have ball's advantage. However, they are on a 10-second count while Grand Valley still has their full 15. So that Grand Valley might be able to bleed them out here. No call.
Oh, shoot.
Stick it in, Tony.
This is not going to hold probably, but...
All right. Our camera crew is taking a lot of fire on this side, so bear with us if we experience any technical difficulties.
We'll have to just be careful with it. These poor tripods have been taken through the ringer today. Cincinnati down to 3 players here.
4 players for Cincy.
4? Oh, yep, I missed one up there. Blended in with the crowd.
No worries. That's the whole point of having dual commentators. We hold each other accountable,
Still
right?
6 for Grand Valley. The same 6 they've had in there for a few minutes now. Tyler Peach looking to push the transition game, but he pulls back. All right, about 10:30 left here, just under that first half. Grand Valley up 1-0 here. This point has been much more even than the first one.
I do like that Cincinnati's looking to potentially make some catches on the counters right here. Try and gain a little bit of momentum and get back into
There's
this.
a catch for Tyler Peach, and that'll bring in Josh Hill. That's a big arm.
Absolutely. Oh, great block. Great kill on the counter. Another kill over there. Only 1 player remaining for Cincy.
Josh Hill was feeling himself on that one.
There's a reset throw. Let's see Grand Valley if they line up for a team throw right here. And there's the out in the corner over there.
And Grand Valley jumps out to a 2-0 lead now. 9:13 to go, first half.
As you were. It was actually a balls over call right beforehand.
Right before, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was a balls over against Cincinnati, and it was absolutely the correct call. They, on his throw, didn't get anywhere close to over the attack line and not near anybody's player's radius.
Yeah.
So, respect the call.
At first I saw Dylan Greer put his hand up and kind of make an out signal.
But his shot clock helped overrule them.
Yep.
I will say, though, in this situation, it's sort of just delaying the inevitable, I think.
A little bit, maybe. One lone Bearcat against a litany of Lakers.
A litany of Lakers. I love that alliteration. Here's a team throw for Cincy, or excuse me, for Grand Valley at Cincy.
All right, nice dodge there.
Ooh, I think that's a little dangerous. You gotta be a little careful if you're GV. No need to give up the momentum here.
That's about as far away as he could get while still having to do a legit throw. And Dillinger calls him out that time. So now we've got 8:49 left.
And a 2-0 Grand Valley lead.
Grand Valley lead. So averaging about 8 minutes a point here for Grand Valley.
You know, I won't say that, I certainly won't say Cincinnati is anywhere out of the game now. However, if there is a situation where Grand Valley takes a point here, it's going to be a monumental hole for Cincinnati to get themselves out of.
Well, what have we said? The dreaded 3-point lead this weekend.
No kidding. And hey, not to create any demons for any of our Lakers fans watching at home, but GVSU was in a position where they had a 3-0 lead at NDC. And Michigan State found a way to come back, so it certainly is possible, but like I said, still a tough ask.
Those of you just joining this stream, Grand Valley, Cincinnati National Semifinal. Grand Valley's jumped out to a 2-0 lead here, 8:49 to go, first half. Thanks for joining us. If you could toss us a like, share the post, help get our engagement and our views up. We're going to keep this stream going right through the finals, have dual streams going as well. Love to have you with us the whole way.
Yeah, and Tony's being selfish saying getting our likes and engagement up. That's not the reason I want you to share. I want you to share because this is one of the best sports ever and you need to make sure that everybody else knows it.
Fair. I thought that went without saying, that's all.
just giving you a little nudge.
Couldn't have asked for a better Nationals to come back to, after a couple-year layoff due to, everybody knows what's been going on in the world, but it's been some great matches, some overtime classics, both yesterday and today, and it's just shaping up to be a very great finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those wondering how we got to this point, it's been an interesting ride for both teams for different reasons. Grand Valley has more or less pretty much cruised into this semifinal. They took care of Miami in a 6-1 win in their first match, and then in their second match they beat Ohio University 4-1. On the other side, Cincinnati had a bit of a tough fight against the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, where they ended up winning 3-1. And then in their quarterfinal game against Towson, they got a 3-2 overtime victory in what was basically an instant classic for the NCDA.
Yeah, if you guys didn't get to watch that one, I would implore you to at least maybe dial in, go back, find that one, watch the second half in overtime. The whole game was great, but man.
Yep, and that was a good call from the ref right there. A little bit of a fingertip tap on the throw. Oh,
Nice
great
throw by Alec Gonzalez, evades the block, and Josh Hill gets out.
I was just thinking, Tony, I don't know if we've ever been in the booth together for a game.
I don't think so. This is fun. Oh no! Again. Boy.
So
another throw finds the tripod.
I know. In case you missed it while we were fixing, there was a great team catch from Cincinnati, helped save one of their better players, and a great catch on the side from Brett Liming. There's a lot of momentum right now for Cincinnati.
Ben Smart just got out at the top of your screen there on a counter.
Yeah, a lot of key players out now for Grand Valley, including Josh Hill and Ben Smart, two of their captains. Along with Ray Franklin as well, who's obviously a very talented player for the Lakers.
Yeah, he'll be first in the queue if there is a catch for Grand Valley.
Knowing this Laker team, I feel like it's more of a win than an if, but the way that Cincinnati is playing this point, that actually might truly be an if.
Yeah, you got to credit Cincinnati. They're really coming out strong this point, controlling the tempo, forcing Grand Valley on their back line.
Oh, a lot of wasted
Too many
balls right
by
there.
Grand Valley, yep.
So Cincinnati now with a 6-4 balls advantage. They should try and utilize that to probably a little bit more pressure.
Good knockdown.
Yep.
Wall ball attempt there.
All right, nothing there. For GV in practicality, for Cincinnati, and practicality of wanting to make sure they score a point here before the end of the half. Right now, Grand Valley is sitting on 8 players on the court.
There's a big catch.
As you were, make that 9 players now. I think that Cincinnati is going to try to need to get it down to about 5 players with at least 3 minutes left if they want to try and secure this point.
The energy in this building right now, you hear that other court?
Absolutely.
It's like when you're playing at Augusta or something, not that I've ever played at Augusta, but those other pro golfers, and Tiger does something, and you can hear the entire course erupt, and you're like, what's going on? That's what we're hearing over there on court 1 right now.
Yeah, if I had to take a guess, Michigan State probably had some really great plays. Their fan base is an army out there for them.
Yeah, they're packing it.
And my intuition was absolutely correct. MSU tied it up 1-1. Woo! Almost caught Nick Hill sleeping there.
Owen Israels has made a lot of long throws, reset and bailed Grand Valley out a lot of times here. All right, Grand Valley got 6 players, 5 balls on their side.
I'll tell you what, one thing that I just saw there from Nick Hill, and I know that he's a fantastic player, so I don't need to really give him a lot of coaching advice. I really dislike, though, when a player has a ball in their hand and they try to dodge.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just setting yourself up where you're in a weaker spot just trying to dodge rather than make a block yourself. Oh, great tag
right on
there.
a swivel there, and that's Grand Valley's quickly down to 4 now. 4.5 minutes to go. This would be a long time to try to kill it out and get it to half. But for Grand Valley, that's got to be the goal now.
Great reset right there from Grand Valley. Oh!
Wow, what a catch by
great
Tom
catch.
Williamson. That's another one. That brings in Ray Franklin.
And there's a catch right there from number 13.
All right, Owen Israel's got caught a long throw there, and it sailed on him.
And we got a timeout. We've got a little bit of a dispute.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that throw from Cincinnati there was a legitimate throw.
Yeah.
They did restart the count. It sounded like Grand Valley's pleading like, hey, that wasn't a throw. Why are we, we shouldn't be next. That's why they never even made an attempt to get off their back line, really.
Yeah, I will say in this type of situation, though, I don't know if I necessarily like trying to provide a retroactive balls over since we don't know necessarily what the count was at beforehand, and since he could have made another throw in plenty of time. If I was in the official's position right here, I'd probably just call an official timeout, reset both clocks if they, if they truly feel like they did make an error there.
You got the refs talking with the contingent from Grand Valley right now.
And since he's
Not to be left out of a ref huddle as Wes Peters comes running in.
and Brandon Engelman from Cincinnati's coaching staff as well. All right. Well, slowly turning into the debate team right now, so we get more and more players flooding in.
This is one of the tough aspects of dodgeball. We're trying to increase pace of play and make sure that these don't happen, but sometimes it's a necessary evil to make sure with the human element that we get the calls right.
While we're going through this right now, Tony, what's been your favorite game of the weekend so far?
Well, if you'd asked me an hour or two ago, I probably would have said that overtime thriller that capped off yesterday, which was University of Nebraska and Ohio State. That one was great, but I gotta say maybe that Cincinnati Towson game was fantastic. Just an absolute thriller.
Yeah, I would say I definitely agree with.
I also didn't get to watch the Penn State Bowling Green State one.
Yeah, the Bowling, that is another game I think is contender for game of the weekend. So it looks like it ended up being a balls over call against Grand Valley. Admittedly, not sure on the whole situation or what was discussed, but that was the decision that the refs came to.
It's another announcer's curse. You said, personally, I wouldn't want to see him do a retroactive balls over, and that's exactly what they did.
Indeed. But there's a reason that I'm in the booth and not officiating on the court.
Right. All right, that was an official timeout. So we'll have zeros on the shot clock, 3:47 left, balls over, advantage Cincinnati. They have the player count advantage. All the balls now.
And here we go. Cincinnati in a prime spot. They definitely need to take this point here before the end of the half.
Corey Heitman going to lead the charge here. Team throw gets Tom Williamson. He almost makes the catch.
I love the effort right there from him.
Grand Valley should not have to make a throw. They only have 2 balls.
Here's a team throw in the corner, and it gets out Ray Franklin. 2 players remaining for Grand Valley.
Couple of rookies.
Oh.
Nice dodge.
All right. I will preface my earlier statement about not blocking with the ball and dodging instead when you're within very close distance from the guy who's throwing at you. Great dodge there, too.
I think both of these rookies for Grand Valley will have a strong case for the rookie All-America team. So Grand Valley on their heels, not out of it though.
Not a bad counter from Rosinski right there, just a little bit off on the throw.
Looks like Matthew Budai is he's doing a lot of the legwork here. Making a lot more of the throws. Beautiful dodge again.
Yep.
No rollback for Cincinnati. 2:20 to go. Brings in Josh Hill. 2 minutes to go now. Grand Valley back up to 3 players.
And a great hit from Corey Heitman. Back down to 2.
Yep, Corey Heitman comes screaming across the middle there and gets the rookie. Josh Hill will do everything he can to close this out. The veteran, former captain.
That was it.
All right, they're going to call Brown. Good reset throw. Safe spot by Josh.
In the corner, nothing connects.
1:20 to go. Grand Valley just trying to get to halftime, keep their 2-point lead.
Oh, and a drop catch.
Missed the catch.
Yeah,
right in front of us.
Yeah, I think if you're Cincinnati, you got to lay out for everything at this point.
Yeah, clock's a factor. Great throw by Josh Hill. Doesn't get an out, but does exactly what it needs to do.
In the corner, nothing there again. And a timeout call right there from Cincinnati.
About 47 seconds left at halftime. Grand Valley just trying to hold on, maintain their 2-point lead.
I gotta say, that was a fantastic timeout by Wes Peters, and here's why. So, in this situation right now, Grand Valley only has 2 players remaining, so that means they are on a 10-second clock. So now that I'm gonna have to clarify this for you real quick.
All right, we got a rule dispute, so President's gonna step in there real quick. There was a timeout. Timeout results in a full shot clock reset. Wes is trying to figure out what Grand Valley's clock was at. Anyway, Grand Valley, if you think about it, with the 10-second shot clock, Grand Valley really has to make 5 throws to get this to halftime. That's about it. You were going to say something. We were analyzing the timeout here by Wes Peters. Said a great timeout.
Before some presidential duties took over.
Right.
Yeah. So anyways, the reason that it's a great timeout, as we were talking about beforehand, a 10-second shot clock for Grand Valley, whereas Cincinnati still has a 15-second shot clock. So what that means is Grand Valley is going to be the ones that are forced to travel the length of the court in order to make a throw, or if they want to try and play a little bit on their heels and try and avoid a quick counter type of play, they're going to have to make a long throw. But either way, it either puts Cincinnati in a great position to make a long catch off of a long reset, or it puts them in a position for a quick counter kill.
Yep, this first throw from Grand Valley, because of the shot clock situation you just alluded to, this first throw is of paramount importance to them. They need to stick this one and get back. So many times you see this happen when these players get tired. They don't want to get all the way up there. They make a long throw, and it just sails on them and gets caught. So
here we go. Cincinnati bunched up in the corner, waiting for this long throw. And a great reset right there.
Beautiful spot, and now the. Oh, that was close. Not sure that's exactly what Cincinnati wanted.
Oh, great catch from Jacob Weber. And another timeout right there from Cincinnati. Oh, man. Fantastic catch from Jacob Weber.
Wow. Not even a bad throw by Josh. It would have been right in front. Jacob Weber, just a streak of lightning, comes across there, makes a beautiful sliding catch, and now there's a lot of pressure on a lone freshman, Ryan Paddock.
Yep.
We'll see.
23 seconds remaining here, so he's gonna have to make a couple throws here to ensure that they won't get any type of balls over violation before the end of the half.
Yep. And again, Cincinnati's timeout is going to force him to come up. That first throw will take 10 seconds off, and then it's two others. Cincinnati might have to go high line at that. They can't afford to go back and forth and waste time running up the court.
Yeah, and the other thing here, it's a tough ask for a rookie to be able to try and make a long reset throw like Josh Hill did.
Yeah, that's an experience thing.
All right.
All right.
Instead, Cincinnati's actually going to go on the attack here.
22 seconds.
And they got the kill.
They're calling him out. We're going to roll 15 seconds over to the second half here. Cincinnati squeaks a point out before halftime. That's huge for them. Momentum makes it a 1-point game. Wow. We might be heading for another classic here.
I think might be is an understatement. I feel pretty good. But we're going to see some more back and forth action as we go along.
It's a Michigan State substitute.
Okay.
They're at half, 27
Just remember 25-16.
So we just got word that Michigan State has a 2-1 halftime lead on their court over there. They're playing against JMU right now. JMU took the first point, however, Michigan State getting the following two in order to get that lead.
All right, so we'll have a quick 5-minute halftime here. You will notice that the clock, 25-16, whenever there's fewer than, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 minutes left at halftime and a point gets taken, we will take that time and add it to the second half clock and just roll it over. So not a whole lot of time was left. 16 seconds will be added. Both these teams going to regroup. You're Cincinnati, you got to feel really great about your execution on that third point. Not letting Grand Valley off the hook there. We got a 1-point game and truly anybody's game now. Clock's not a factor. Cincinnati's got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and Tony, you said correct you if you're wrong. You're never wrong, so that doesn't really matter anyways. So what are your general impressions of both teams thus far throughout the game?
I think Grand Valley has played the much better and the much stronger transition game. I think Cincinnati has been the better catching team, and that's just maybe, I think, the timeliness of their catches. Not to say Grand Valley hasn't also made catches, but that catch by Jacob Weber was pretty clutch there. When they got down players, they clutched out some catches. So I think both teams are playing well enough to win. We'll just, we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, I think really the big thing for me, I agree with your impression that I think it was a stronger half for Grand Valley than Cincinnati. And I think really the biggest key was in that third point that Cincinnati took, it was taking advantage of a lot of mistakes from the Grand Valley side, especially on a lot of wasted and errant throws, which gave Cincinnati some ball control and put them in a much better position to be able to attack. So, Cincinnati is a talented enough team where they can also win within their own merit. But I think the key to that point was more so GV's mistakes and, Cincinnati subsequently taking advantage of them.
Yep, I agree. We'll see. Those are a couple great timeouts taken by Cincinnati. If they don't use those to their advantage, or if they had to burn them earlier in the match, they maybe don't come back and get that point at all. So something of note there. That's good coaching.
And then we're gonna.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, one thing I do definitely want to add is having good coaching goes such a long way within the NCDA. Having some, experienced alumni who have been around the game for a while, who have seen it in all of its facets and seen, basically every type of experience that there has been that the NCDA has to offer, being able to project that experience onto your young players who definitely have not experienced that before, is really helpful in making sure that they're prepared for all kinds of situations. And also just, you know, the other aspects of things like skill development, understanding, you know, what you're supposed to do within specific plays and, you know, overall making a more solid team. So, you know, I would definitely encourage a lot of the NCDA alumni, if you stay, you know, within your respective areas, to, you know, try to get into coaching. It helps a lot for your respective program. And as a, you know, guy who has coached teams before, including VCU as well, which was my alma mater, you know, it feels good to give back in that regard. And also, come on, you get to go watch dodgeball and get to see some amazing games. Like,
hey, you get to play too. If you're coaching, a lot of those coaches are playing. They're on the court with their team, you know, twice a week, whatever their schedule is.
Absolutely.
Extra dodgeball, man. Can't complain about that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See what kind of halftime adjustments are made. Like you said, I think both teams have played well, and I think they're both going to try to be stubborn in their strategy versus making any wholesale changes. You know, they both got to feel good. Grand Valley jumping out, taking 2 points. Cincinnati battling right back. There's been highs and lows for both teams, so I kind of expect the pace to slow down a little bit to start as they sort of re-feel each other out on this run-up coming out of half.
Yeah, absolutely. Just about a minute left here before we get started. For those just tuning in, once again, Grand Valley has a 2-1 lead on Cincinnati. On the other side, we have Michigan State University playing against JMU, James Madison University, and it is 2-1 in favor of the Michigan State Spartans.
Less than a minute to go here, and Dylan Greer and Adam Pfeiffer will get them lined up and restarted here. Second half action live. Kalamazoo, Michigan, national semifinal. Number 1 team in the land, Grand Valley, against number 4, Cincinnati.
So I think I need to report a little bit of bias myself right here. Before the tournament had started, there was a bracket challenge which was set up by our executive board, and we ended up having 115 submissions, which was incredible. So we love getting that from all you guys. I can tell you guys as of right now, 4 perfect brackets remain, and El Presidente is one of them. However, that requires Cincinnati and Michigan State to make it to the championship. So
Michigan State's doing their part so far. I know I had the correct Final Four. I did call. I thought that maybe Saginaw Valley would upset Ohio State, so I had that one wrong. That torched my bracket early on. But we are underway. Second half action.
And GV gets a kill off the opening rush right there.
Right, but it does look like Cincinnati has a slight advantage of the ball control now.
Been smart with a good counter, but a better block from Corey Heitman.
A couple national MVP candidates going head-to-head right here. Ben Smart, Corey Heitman.
Cincinnati calling out their play. Good block over there from Hill.
Josh Hill got crossed up, and
a lot of balls flying right there. And Cincinnati making a strong push for those balls in the neutral zone. Good job for them. Ball control is certainly in Cincinnati's favor now. 7 balls to 3. Now make that 8 to 2.
Yeah, Grand Valley made 2 throws. I'm not sure they drew that up like that. And now they're going to be stuck playing from their back line. 2 of the leaders for the Bearcats calling out the play right in front of the camera here.
And a good block right there from Ben Smart, making sure to avoid getting tagged.
Team throw. Brett Liming let his throw sail a little bit on him there.
So shot clock should be equal now for both sides.
Grand Valley's chipped away and got 4 balls back on their side.
And a good block right there.
Cincinnati going to come up, makes a solo throw. Luke Bowman counters and then evades the long cross throw. Grand Valley's been tagged on a couple of those long cross throws, so they've got to keep an eye out for that. 2 minutes gone by, second half now.
Nothing there.
You're right in front of it.
Just stick with it.
It's so hard to see.
So Dylan Greer make the call right in front of us. Brett looked like he blocked it into his own foot or leg there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I completely agree with that call. I do think that it hit him.
Good block by Ray Franklin. Big throw.
Oh, and the almost catch right there.
Hey, sorry for the
Pretty
language there. Family show here, but emotions are running high in the national semifinals, I'll tell you what.
As they should. I mean, if you're not upset, it means you don't care enough. Oh, Ben Smart charging in. He feels he's confident in himself.
All right, so Adam Pfeiffer was saying neither throw was good there.
Back up, Ben.
All right. A little bit of confusion there. Neither team successfully reset the shot clock, and then they both kind of had to come up and make some.
Oh, and a catch right there. Oh, and a tag for Ben Smart.
Smart takes out number 15 there, McGinn. He never even saw that throw coming. It curved right around Skiba. So that's a big momentum shift for Grand Valley with a catch and a kill there.
I tell you what, that's a pretty insane trick shot right there from Ben Smart.
He loves that long cross too.
Oh, and a great team throw to take out Jacob Weber.
He had his chance on one of them, and he normally makes that. I think Grand Valley kind of got away with one there.
Yeah, but GV firing on all cylinders right now. A little aggressive right there from Ben Smart, trying to catch Skiba off guard, but his teammate was there to make a clean block.
Nice 60-foot throw from the MVP candidate. And another. Owen and Ben Smart not on the same page there. They're each kind of patrolling those corners, and I think when they play transition, they want the counter throw to come from the side that threw against them, and so there's a miscommunication because both sides threw.
Hey, get that ball.
And that throw right there is good.
Ali Gonzalez let that one kind of slip. All right, so Cincinnati down to 7 players, so they're getting closer to that 5 line there.
And we got to fight for a ball in the neutral zone.
Matt Skiba gets hit, rolls back, and he'll be out.
That's a big guy to tumble like that.
Yeah. He's a good catcher. I've seen him make some catches falling back like that.
Skiba's made some of the clutchest plays for his team this weekend. And the way things are going right now, he might need it again.
Nice reset throw right in front of Engelman there in front of the camera. Cincinnati 1 player away from dropping down to the 5-player 10-second shot clock. Engelman with a long throw.
Ben Smart coming here for a try.
Another block by Ben Smart, then he'll pump fake. All right, Alec Gonzalez with just a reset throw.
And they had a team throw in the corner over there. Both missed though.
All right, Grand Valley's gonna make Cincinnati run a little bit here.
Great reset right there from Cincy. Team throw.
Number 21 gets taken out for University of Cincinnati.
Great job there. All right.
Catch by Engelman on Gonzalez.
Oh, and a drop catch.
Bowman. And right,
Oh, wow. The
Ryan
Lakers just bleeding players over there.
Grand Valley just lost 3 players, and Cincinnati got right back off the 10-second clock. So big exchange there for Cincinnati.
GV still with the man advantage right now, 8 players to 6.
Good block by Owen Israel. All right, I guess Luke Bowman is still being called out, either stepped out or something. Owen Israel's blocked the ball over there. I'm not 100% sure what happened there.
That's not a throw. That throw counts though. Oh, great hit by Ben Smart. So after the next throw, Cincinnati will be back down to the 10-second shot clock.
And Grand Valley's going to make him run a little bit.
Yep, great hustle right here from Grand Valley. And let's see if there's a nice kill coming here from Josh Hill. Oh, and a drop team catch opportunity right there.
I thought maybe both throws hit the Cincy player up there in the corner, but not 100% sure. Team catch might have still at least brought another player in. All right, 17:40 left here, second half. Grand Valley.
And that's a ball's over call.
17:39 left. Grand Valley hanging on to a 2-1 lead here. Now they got a balls over in their favor. So they got numbers, they got ball control. It's a big point for Grand Valley.
Yeah.
Makes that deficit 2.
So it's not often utilized, but it is a strategy right here. I wouldn't be shocked if Cincinnati loses a player or two here within, let's say on this throw right here.
Sure, yep.
I would consider stepping out if I'm Cincinnati. Give yourself as much time to be able to make a comeback.
Yep.
All right, nothing connects there.
I thought Wes Peters may take a timeout there, but he's going to save him.
And there's a catch right there for Grand Valley. So 2 players remaining for Cincinnati.
Another team throw connects for Grand Valley, and now Engelman is all by himself in the corner.
Yeah. And if you could hear some of the people on the GV sideline. I don't know if you heard some of the people on the GV sideline. They were telling them not to hit them and try and draw out as much clock as possible. A fair strategy.
Yeah, they would have.
This is like crooked in some way, whatever.
Yeah, I think Grand Valley sideline here screaming, hey, make them make that decision whether or not they're going to step out, make the clock become a factor. 17 minutes left. That's 8.5 minutes in theory per point. If Cincinnati were to take 2, very doable. We've seen it a couple times this weekend alone. So clock not yet a factor, but Grand Valley's probably going to be content to slow the pace down now. They have score update from the other national semifinal game. Towson looks like they have tied it. We got 17:40. JMU, excuse me. Freudian slip again. 17:43 left in the second half, and JMU has tied it against MSU. So we got a classic going on over there.
Yeah, both games with about 17 minutes remaining. Over here, GV up 3-1. Still a lot of still an open door for Cincinnati, but that door is starting to slowly shut a little bit.
I agree. Cincinnati's got to do some soul searching, and they can't afford to really fall behind this point and have to chip and chip and chip away and take 12 minutes to get a point. They've got to leave themselves a chance to tie it if they can get a point here.
Was chip and chip away a nice little wink and nod to Wes?
No pun intended, but sure.
For those not as inundated, Cincinnati coach Wes Peters is a former Central Michigan dodgeballer, and they are the Chippewas, so that's all I was doing. Really bad dad pun, but it works. Honestly, kind of surprising I'm the one making the dad pun since you're the dad, Tony. Oh, great tag right there.
Owen Israels with a nice
nice
throw, toe tapper on Matt Skiba. Owen! Oh! I don't know why my instinct was just to scream his name because I saw that ball coming. I knew he had no idea it was on its way. So Owen Israels gets hit on the cross there. That's kind of been Cincinnati's bread and butter, honestly, is these long cross throws, catching Grand Valley sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, so like we suspected, the pace has really slowed down here. 16 minutes left. Point number 4, second half. National semifinal, Grand Valley and Cincinnati. And Corey Heitman, that's 2 massive kills for Grand Valley. And Ben Smart with another toe tapper.
All the momentum on Grand Valley's side right here.
Grand Valley just starting to overpower a little bit.
2 more
Jacob
kills.
Weber got caught sleeping, and he takes a cross shot from Ben Smart. And Ben Smart is just taking over now. Ben Smart might have got a little cute with that long throw there, but it was a safe spot. Imploring the troops to get back, and now they're going to force Cincinnati up.
Cincinnati down to 6 players, once again in danger of getting their shot clock reduced. Nothing there.
Ben Smart with a little buzz in the tower there, requesting a flyby.
Trying to take a little bit off the top.
Great dodge by Engelman in the corner there and a couple throws from Ben, you're right. All right, Cincinnati down to 6 players. One more and they will be on the 10-second clock. Nice catch on the long throw from Engelman, and next throw Cincinnati will drop down to the 10-second shot clock. So everything going Grand Valley's way right now. They're getting everything they want.
Yeah, I think to start the second half, Grand Valley is basically said to themselves, the only reason, like I said beforehand, the only reason they gave up that point was because they weren't playing their game. Now they're playing their full game, and they've got the pedal on the metal, full throttle.
They're going to say that's not a throw, but actually the Grand Valley player jumped on that high throw. I'm kind of surprised because I thought maybe Tom or somebody on that side jumped, and I thought made it like jumped into the zone almost.
Yeah, I will say though, I don't think it was a catchable ball.
So,
I mean,
you ever see the movie Major League? You'll need a rocket up his ass to catch that one.
I mean, hey, to be fair, like I said, this is probably the tallest GV team I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Not that they're exceptionally tall, but normally I feel like it's just kind of a cookie cutter of 5'10" white guys for the most part.
Fair.
Real quick, balls up.
All right, doing a quick check to make sure we got 10 balls in the game.
Looks like we do.
We do, so we should be getting started right here.
We'll see what Grand Valley dials up here. Looks like at the top side you got Josh Hill, Bowman, Ray Franklin.
Well,
And it's had Ben Smart. Ben Smart with a long change up there, really.
yeah. Well, you said they were trying to dial something up. They dialed in for murder, that's for sure.
That was a borderline Tony toss.
Oh, another tag right here in the corner.
And Cincinnati down to 3 players now.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's still just as improbable, but I think if Cincinnati wants to stay in this game, they need to probably step out. And actually, if I'm in Grand Valley's shoes right here, I try to toy with them a little bit, milk as much clock as possible to make the comeback less and less likely. Tyler Peach, however,
Tyler
caught
Peach gets
sleeping.
hit on that long cross. Momentum couldn't stop him there, and he was committed to the play he was going to make, and instead gets hit.
Oof.
And Smart missed with that long cross again. He loves that throw. All right, so you got 0-0 Matthew Rosinski in. And number 21, Eli Campbell. Josh Hill goes just over his head with a throw to reset.
Wes is complaining over there, but it doesn't really matter. The second throw from GV was a lot better and was good. But I get it. You got to fight for your team as much as possible. Oh, great kill
Nice
right
chest
here.
shot by Josh Hill.
Yeah, I don't know why Cincinnati isn't instructing their player to step off.
Oh, and they're going to call it balls over. We got 12-16 to go here. Second half, Grand Valley looking to extend their 3-1 lead over Cincinnati in the national semifinal here. Quick update, 13 minutes left in the JMU MSU 2-3 semifinal. Still knotted at 2 over there.
Yeah, I gotta say
That would
it's
be an epic overtime. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I love both these games. I really wish that I could watch both like side by side. One eye watching one eye watching the other.
Yeah, why are we not just standing over at the curtain there and just kind of poking our head on each side?
Yeah.
But we're working. We're on the clock now, making sure you guys have an enjoyable experience watching this. We thank you for joining us. We're so happy to be back live from Kalamazoo, Michigan Nationals. First time since 2019. We're back underway. Grand Valley's going to make Rosinski come up. And he's not going to step out because of the time here. Cincinnati's like, we don't have a choice but to try to still come back here.
Yeah. And
Tom Williamson misses the catch. Josh Hill just says, all right, I got this, we're done. And
Yeah,
walks it
not
off
messing
there.
around. So that results in a 4-1 lead for Grand Valley.
12 minutes to go.
You know, one thing I will say that you probably could see here from Grand Valley, which, you know, depending on their mentality right here, I wouldn't be shocked if they try and dig into the well a little bit, go with some of their subs, and get some of their top players a break here, knowing that their lead is a little bit more secure, which could leave the door open for Cincinnati, but you'd have to see a lot from here.
And Grand Valley is blown, you know, I don't want to bring up bad memories, but they have blown a 3-point lead, but it took a lot longer than 12 minutes. So yeah, I am surprised that no reserves are going in. I think if they bleed out a few minutes and they're in control, maybe they call a timeout and sub them in.
Yeah, that's a great point too. Although it looks like Josh Hill will be sitting this one.
So will Tom Williamson, it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are going to a few reserves here. Good to see. Cincinnati might have to get out of their comfort zone a little bit and, you know, play a little reckless if they want to win this. But actually, Cincinnati is resting. They're taking starters out too.
Making sure people get some playing time.
Yeah, Brett Liming is going to come out, founding member, senior. I'm not sure if this is his final. Oh no, he's a junior. Excuse me. So.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. A lot of these Cincinnati guys will be back, even some of the seniors, because a lot of them are within this 5-year co-op program, which basically combines a lot of like workplace internship experience along with their classes, which sort of extends the amount of time that they're in school. So, you know, regardless of what happens here, we can expect that we'll have a talented Cincinnati team next year too.
Yeah, you start to look at it's just kind of the way things have played out with everything going on in the world. A lot of these teams are young teams and going to be coming back loaded next year. Great for the league.
And we're about to start our next point here. Good opening rush right there for Cincinnati. They do lose one player, but they got a lot of the balls.
Nice block by Gonzalez there, and he goes up and gets the rebound and gets the ball back. So still playing hard.
Yeah, if I'm Cincinnati's shoes, I say quite literally balls to the wall right here. Just let it fly.
There's a kill by a reserve player that just came in. Good counter by Rosinski.
Gonzalez goes out on that one.
11:30 left. Second half here. Semifinal number 1.
Tyler Peach asking for some help from his teammates. Move up with him.
He's like, guys, we got to lead, but like we still got to play dodgeball here. Come on. Corey Heitman with a long throw on DQ McQueen. Sorry, that's Dietrich Hudgens.
Ooh, good cross.
Long cross throw.
Great play from Corey Heitman.
Avery Marzinski, the junior, it's taken out on the Grand Valley side. Schlesinger is imploring his teammate, get up here. Ray Franklin got caught reaching.
You gotta know, man, you reach, I teach. It applies to dodgeball just as much as it does basketball. And team throw right here in the corner, both miss. Counter throw from GV also does not connect.
It'll be on Cincinnati now. Grand Valley made the last throw. Dietrich thought he caught someone's hand there. Maybe he did. Looks like Grace is heading out. Nice block by number 5. I don't think Tyler Peach saw that throw. Yep. Darnell Hurst-Vincent, that's the first we've called his name today. Reached out, got that block, saved his captain's life there.
Yeah, you love really high quality team play. Let's see what we got here from Cincinnati. A great reset throw right there from GV. just doing what they can to try and milk the clock a little bit. And that's a catch from Tyler Peach.
Caught freshman Deshante Battle there from Cincinnati, and he'll grab some pine now.
When's the last time they've even used pine benches, Tony?
Probably been a while. Good throw there by Darnell, number 5 again, another talented first-year player for this Grand Valley program.
You know, I feel like saying talented first-year player for Grand Valley is just kind of sort of a repetitive, unnecessary statement. I mean, you don't get to become 11-time, college dodgeball champions without having the ability to recruit and reload. And so, anytime GV loses players, like I said, it's more of reload than it is recover.
Agreed. They just teach the game really well in Allendale, I think. They're always developing their freshmen.
You sure? I thought it was just something in the water.
The Grand River, as dirty as it is, does flow right through Allendale, so could be something to that.
Maybe they're not drinking that water. Maybe they're drinking some other Grand Rapids type of water, if you catch my drift. Ooh. Close throws on both sides right there. Nothing connected, though. A little under 8 minutes left.
Grand Valley is still clinging to the 4-1 lead. All right, so breaking news, 10 minutes to go in our other semifinal game, and JMU has taken a 3-2 lead. MSU is known for coming back. We'll see what they can dial up over there, but JMU with a 1-point lead. Big cross throw. Tyler Peach getting a little cute here. Corey Heitman then gets taken out by the freshman Aiden Jacobs. Nick Heel makes a throw and then retreats. 7 minutes left to go. Grand Valley 7 minutes away from finding themselves back in the national title game.
That throw, a little questionable. Tyler Peach with the reset, though. Yeah.
Another questionable spot there. I think the refs are kind of
expanding the zone a little bit.
Swallowing the whistle a little bit here. That's a good close reset throw by the female Bearcat. And then Aiden Jacobs gets taken out.
A couple good kills right there for Cincinnati. I believe that brings it down now to a 4-on-5 in favor of Cincinnati.
Yep, so Grand Valley now first time being on 10, not first time being on 10 o'clock, excuse me, but first time in the second half.
I'd argue, though, Grand Valley.
Sliding attempt.
He must have known what I was about to say and wanted to ruin it. I was going to say Grand Valley with 2 of the most talented players on the court, and Tyler Peach and Nick Heel. Good catch there, right there, though.
Ryan Paddock, again, another talented freshman, the tall one. Good throw by Matthew Rosinski to reset the clock. Under 6 minutes to go here.
Not bad crosses on both sides right there.
Yep, the pace really slowing down here. Each team bleeding out every second they can on the shot clock. Just content to trade reset throws, it seems like.
Good dodge from Nick Heel. Gonzalez making sure to avoid
still
the hit.
bringing it.
And Richard making a push right up here for this ball.
So about 5 minutes now separates Grand Valley from another title game appearance. Remains to be seen who they'll play. Long cross from Richard.
Yeah, almost got Nick sleeping too. Ball's over against Cincinnati. 4:42 remaining. All the balls on Grand Valley's. All the balls on Grand Valley's side.
If they take this point with under 4, they'll probably just go ahead and call it at that point.
Well, yeah. I would say, in general, if I'm Cincinnati, I say I get some of my guys as much experience as possible and play it out a little bit. And if nothing else, maybe try to spite GV a little bit and make them a little bit more tired for their game. But
little gamesmanship there, huh?
Yeah. And there's a catch from Gonzalez.
Lozinski with a two-handed dunk suicide attempt there, or flight kill we should call it, I guess.
Yeah, you know, I will say the latter never really makes much sense since you're taking someone else out, so it's more of a kamikaze than it is, you know, self-inflicted. But that's just my 2 cents.
Long cross from Matt Budai ends up hitting the mark there. And
One
now
player
we just
remaining.
have number 17, Isaiah Montgomery, the lone Bearcat left. Under 4 minutes to go.
And that's a ball's over right there.
No, let's just go to the front. Yeah, we need to bring it.
So another ball's over call right there for Cincinnati. Not sure if it'll be a huge difference maker right here, but Grand Valley loads up. We'll see if they're able to connect on this throw. Nothing there.
Isaiah Montgomery with some more fancy dodging.
Throws weren't bad, but the dodge was much better.
Long throw, long throw.
Yeah, I don't really like that for GV right there. If you're, you know, trying to get this point, you got all the numbers, you got the balls. Make sure you get everybody up there. Don't do the long throw. Great kill right there from Montgomery.
I couldn't see what happened. He had his back turned. I thought maybe he drop caught it. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
3 minutes left. 3 minutes separates Grand Valley from the championship game. So Cincinnati, not going to be a throw.
And that throw hits the ground.
That throw bounced right in front of Alec Gonzalez, who went down to try to make the catch. So well within the legit attempt zone. 2 more throws, missed the mark.
That one will not.
Isaiah Montgomery hanging in there.
He's got to be exhausted. He's been in late in a lot of points.
They're going to keep going.
Hey! No ball. Wait.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
We had to do that. He didn't have to throw. Hold on.
All right, a little bit of poor gamesmanship there.
And he evades it again, so he's only got 2 balls on his side. He does not have to make a throw. Ryan Paddock will make a low throw, splits his legs. Matthew Budai.
Good dodge right there.
Very, very shifty. Now we got even shot clocks.
Now Cincinnati's shot clock here.
Montgomery will have to come up and make a throw. Ooh. That's about as close as you can get without having him block it into his own foot.
Yeah.
Gonzalez was retreating, so legit throw there, I'd say. Mayfield gets him there, and that's that. 5-1 will be your final. They'll handshake. Grand Valley will wait. They'll have to wait a few more minutes to determine who their opponent will be in the finals.
JMU still clinging on to a 3-2 lead with a little over 4.5 remaining. But with that being said, this game has been completed. Final score, Grand Valley State University with 5, University of Cincinnati with 1.
Stick with us. We're going to take this whole setup right over to the other court and get you going on there.
Carry right now.
Yeah.
Carry this. We just gotta go together.
And it's getting loud over there. Not sure what's going on, but Michigan State's got a large contingent of people. Where do you want the, all right. Let's set it up right next to the table. Excuse us, Jeff.
Right here should be good.
Yep. Just
right, bonus coverage. Thanks for sticking with us here. Grand Valley did take out Cincinnati, dispatched them 5-1. Michigan State trying to mount a comeback of their own here, down 3-2, 3 minutes left.
The main thing is
All right, so a little bit of bonus coverage here. Eventually we will be, we are going to keep both of these streams going right now. It's 3-2, JMU clinging to a 1-point lead with 3 minutes left. Looks like they've got 1 or 2 players left on their side. So MSU trying to give us yet another overtime thriller. This has been arguably one of the best weekends of dodgeball you'll ever see with some of these close matches. Crowd is really getting into it for Michigan State now. Right, just a quick update on the streams. We'll have both streams going, commentary on both of them. It'll be myself, Tony Stumpo, and NCDA legend Kevin Bailey will be joining me in the booth for the final call of the weekend here. So eager to see what's going to happen here. This is far from over. Are they going to spoil us with another overtime game?
Cam, you ready?
All right, Colby Bryceland, head ref, going to start us off here. And just like that, Josh Kramer, the captain, makes the catch, and we're going to overtime. You can put the stuff in. Also, you can keep the door. But yeah, see if you can put them in. Just don't jump out of them. All right, so what do I change the logo? I got the team names but not the logo. Did you get your lens?
We're adding an extra assistant for an extra set of eyes.
All right, so they're adding a second ref here. We are going to overtime here. James Madison versus Michigan State. Looks like Michigan State is going to run out a group of Josh Kramer, Barry Butler, Jack Gerling, Alec Dean, Daquan McLean, and Jonathan Crockett. So you've got some juniors, you've got a couple freshmen in there. Very, very talented. We need to make sure that the players aren't standing behind on either side. They're not allowed to stand directly behind the play. They have to be off to the sides. Colby.
have any.
Colby. Have you guys been allowing the players to stand behind the play the whole time?
No.
Because they shouldn't be. Okay,
No,
they look like they were going to.
I know that.
Okay.
I'll warn him this.
JMU as well, considering this. 3 of them. Yeah. 4. Kobe. We are in overtime here now. There will be no clock at all. Overtime is 6-on-6 until everybody's eliminated. We got Michigan State, JMU. It looks like JMU is going to roll with a grouping. Let me find my roster for the Dukes here, see if I can't get everybody.
Does the higher seed get the pick side?
Looks like you're going to have Trent Schaefer, Evan Eschenberg, Drew Funk, Zach Tillery, Ben Hoare, and Patrick Kazmarek. Hopefully I pronounced all those names right, but phenomenal overtime rosters on both sides here. We got MVP candidates peppered across this game right now. Thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Not quite done yet. We're getting some free dodgeball now.
With a flick of the wrist.
Yes. I wish I would have.
Another instant classic here. We've had an overtime in the quarterfinals. We're going to get overtime in the semifinals now.
I'm not very happy right now. I had no idea.
Well, what do you think? He just takes it. You think so?
I also,
You can change this.
I tried. It says OT in the settings, but it didn't change it.
You have to go to 0.
Very talented.
There we go. We are in overtime. Michigan State, James Madison, number 2 versus number 3. For the chance to face number 1 Grand Valley in the final. Grand Valley anxiously awaiting to see who their opponent will be.
Now, and you can get definitely a ricochet that when you send it straight up.
Shot clock is ready.
Shot clockers are ready. We got an extra ref out here.
Ready. Michigan State ready.
Wow, Jack Curling with a hit and a catch. He might be your MVP. High throw by Jonathan Crockett. Evan Eschenberg, another MVP candidate, gets taken out on the team throw. Jack Gerling, Barry Butler.
Ball's over.
And now a ball's over. Everything coming up Michigan State green right now. Everything is coming up in the house.
Always like red.
This? Oh, okay. Listen to the crowd get into it right now. They are loving what they're seeing. Just an incredible scene here at NCDA Nationals Sunday. The Dukes and the Spartans giving us a classic right now. I'm joined here in the booth. We'll soon be on both streams, Kevin Bailey and myself, doing the commentary. Grand Valley went up 2-0.
Or did they just go all in at that point to try and get a point? Cincy?
No.
Oh, they got a point first.
They did
No,
get a
I'm
point
saying-
before the half, but no, when it was 4-0 or 4-1.
Yeah, it just fell apart for
It
them.
just,
or
it just
they
took forever,
yeah.
slowly.
MSU,
So I think there's
what
a
game.
debate on the call. Jack Gerling made a catch right after Barry Butler got hit, but hurt yet. So I think the debate is, does he get
can't come in,
He
I
can't
don't
come back in. So he is back off the court from what I'm seeing. Michigan State's got 5 players left.
Do you want me to double check?
So Jack Gerling right now kind of asserting his will. I think he's responsible for all 3 of Michigan, all 3 of the kills that they have on the Dukes right now. You hate to see these long stoppages, kind of kills momentum, takes the crowd out of it a little bit. Hopefully they get this sorted out real quick. All right, they're actually consulting the rule book right now. We've got a couple e-board members. Our officiating crew is in there talking about it as well. Apologize for kind of the lengthy delay while we sort it out. In a game of this kind of importance, you got to make sure you get it right, and that's what they're trying to do.
Something else to factor in is the so you have to kind of figure out is the ball's over still going to count.
Get that
Right. Looks like they're getting close to sorting it out. Maybe. Looked like they were trying to take a step back out of the group, and
We know it's like discrepancy or something. It looks like somebody's going through the rule book.
yeah, because they're trying to. I think they're trying to figure out if Barry is back on the catch, which he never left the court. He got hit, and Jack made a catch immediately. So Barry should not be back in despite the catch. That was my understanding. I think that's what they're trying to figure out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I think you can still do that. You just have to go out and come back into the back line. That's like my understanding.
I'm not even 100% sure if that's what they're debating, but that's my assumption. Alec Dean and Jonathan Crockett, the 2 talented rookies from Michigan State, trying to stay loose. Oh, they're calling Barry Butler in. Kevin, we got a ruling?
Yeah. All right, so pretty weird. So Barry Butler got out,
Yep. Immediately there was a catch.
went to go out, but then was caught back in. He didn't exit the court. and then he stayed on and made a team throw. Since he didn't exit the court, we're saying he was a dead player trying to make a team throw, so the team throw doesn't count. So that guy that got out for JMU stays in.
Okay, so
With that being said, Butler did get caught back in. The ruling is that he has to exit the court first, so his team throw doesn't count. During the stoppage, we're saying he's off the court right now. He's entering back in right now.
okay.
So Barry Butler still gets to be in the game.
Now Michigan State is back to a full grouping here. JMU down to 4 instead of 3. That's big though. Evan Eschenberg is one of the players left in for JMU, arguably their MVP.
All right, here we go.
Kobe Bryson gets him started back up.
So a weird call, but I think they made the right call.
Yep. Nice firm throw there from Crockett.
Here,
That man's got an arm, I'll tell you that. Saying that second ball hit Eschenberg.
I'm not so sure. Oh,
GQ McLean.
that's risky. Good placement.
Good placement.
Here we go. Good dodges and a reset throw. He's looking for a catch right now. You got to think.
He's got to. Oh! And he's out.
Game.
And the celebration is on for Michigan State, who will advance to the championship.
Switch teams and switch Grand Valley over there. We have a 10-minute break probably.
This table can be like wherever you guys want. We're just gonna be next to this.
I gotta take time. Yeah, like 10 minutes maybe.
All right, Kevin.
Break.
Jeez. I need to sit down soon. Diane, yeah. Take Royce back. Lower back. Hot mic. We got a hot mic.
Can we go with 10 just because that was an OT and give them a second?
You're not ready now? Figured they'd want the momentum. Well, this game is sure to tug at my heartstrings. I got connections to both programs. But I'm a professional, and I will keep it professional and unbiased in the booth at all times.
Sure. I'm not worried about you.
When Kevin's sitting there trying to commentate with me at Grand Valley, let's go! Suddenly, like, all right.
I've done decent. Are you gonna have to miss it? What kind of charger do you have?
Like a micro USB charger.
The only one I have on a PlayStation is hotspot.
No, this is iPhone.
Somebody's got it. Hey, you know what else? Right there, for sure. It's a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Where's Hunter?
Good showing for JMU though.
They were like ranked third going into the weekend.
No, they were like significantly lower than that. They bumped up there for like second, I'm pretty sure, JMU. The top three teams were Cincy, Grand Valley, and I thought Michigan State was third coming in as well. Could be wrong.
I don't remember that.
And I think Towson was ranked really far back too because of like their second half and stuff, and so they vaulted up as well.
JMU was fourth or fifth. It was ranked fifth. I just pulled up the standings before.
That was really, I didn't think they were that high. All right.
Yeah, I was like, I knew that they were high. I was like, they had to be fair. Yeah, it was Cincy, Grand Valley, Ohio State, Michigan State, JMU.
You want me to share this in Dodgeball Fam?
Yeah, I just did from NCDA, but you do it as well. Just spam it.
I'll even share it too. Have we gotten like decent ratings on like the live streams?
I actually don't know. Hey, do you have any ability can you get on Instagram? Can I email you image? Page 4, 2014. Alright. And then the link, you'll have to grab the link from YouTube. And then the one from their YouTube. For you to say
All right, that's shared to Dodgeball Family.
yeah, so we haven't shared everywhere. I'm sending you the
You
picture.
know, on one of the streams when I was like watching, when I was in here, I sat on, I had Shadid's stream. So I
shared
on my
you
phone, so I could see comments and stuff. And we were like, getting up like,
It's amazing.
It's not bad.
Send. Now, send it to them. It's not you.
Well, that person's in for a surprise.
I didn't actually get to see it. Alright. How was it? This table over, but it's
Socks room?
Not yet.
Alright, I'm
hoping
hoping
Kevin.
we're bringing this tripod.
Alright, where are you going? We were going to move the table.
Just the picture, or do you have?
What was the commentary of that game?
Hey,
It was good.
Good?
JMU was roasting me all there on one half.
Kevin, just the picture.
That's funny. You can add the
Kevin, do you want to just get a second table?
Yeah, we can get a second table. We can keep this one and just move it down. Get a table
very long.
Yeah.
This is going to have to be on the right side.
Not with that tripod. Just moving this down so I can move it center.
Let's just get a second table. Kevin, you want to just
Yeah, we can get it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Sorry.
This will go here. And then Tony and I can just stand on it.
Tell
you what? And I won't sign.
Alright, there you go. So you guys can sit over there, whoever's doing whatnot. We'll just be right here. We'll be good. This'll work. We can get a second.
I went my freshman year.
Just one on the floor.
Where have outlines been? They've been on this side or that side? That side.
You can hear. I'm gonna sit right here. You can sit here.
I'm not very good at this already.
Tell Shadid to make sure the audience knows how to use it.
Can I be like line referee or shot blocking? He is the e-board member. He's the e-board. What?
Austin, you might have to be our messenger. Tell me that we can't hear Shadid. Or we can't hear Tony. Here, say something again.
Colby, do you need line refs?
Alright, folks. Tony Stampo will be joining.
Right? Does he really claim that this year?
Why is he not?
I think he's pretty salty that he lost to Grand Valley.
I guess it's Grand Valley.
In the semifinal.
Good opinion.
It'll be fine. Alright, folks.
Grand Valley State, number 3, Michigan State.
We have the national champ from 1 decade ago in the booth. Spencer Jardine running the clock. 10 years ago, he was on the court. Man, we're old, aren't we? Do it.
Yeah, but we need line refs and shot
He's been doing it all weekend. Oh. Yeah, you're
All right, we are just set to go. Refs and captains, coaches for each team will confer here. Wes probably saying something along the line. Want a good clean fight? It's a rabbit punch.
Captain's meeting, mid-court right now.
Each team will huddle. Grand Valley's already lined up, actually. They're ready to go, wondering what the delay is. But just got a quick captain's meeting with the refs, making sure everybody knows who's head ref, assistant ref, line judges. Again, I'm Tony Stumpo. Been with you most of the weekend here on various streams and things of that nature. Kevin Bailey joining me in the booth as well. We're excited to bring you multiple streams here, multiple angles. Check it out on YouTube. Tell your friends. Like it, share it. This is the final match of our season. We are so happy to be back here live, Kalamazoo, Michigan, where we will crown a new national champion.
Problem if I walk in front of us?
Ideally, just stay either way over there or way over here. So like, you guys want to move
stand in front of it.
Yeah, you'll be good. Yeah. You you gotta get the call. So.
Michigan State making their first title game appearance in a very long time. Grand Valley back familiar territory, playing for a national title.
Yeah. Hey, Colby, I'm gonna need you to be like there, so they have to all go back like 5 feet.
Things that happened to them now. We are just so happy to be back.
Hey. All right, sorry about that. We're figuring everything out here. Shout out to VCU alum Shadid Drakeford setting this all up, and we're off. National title game.
We are 50 minutes away, also I guess halftime, potentially overtime, from crowning a new national champion.
Hey, I wouldn't mind overtime.
Oh,
right off the bat.
Wow.
We called ground.
Nope, they said ground. He said he blocked it down. Josh Kramer didn't even make a motion. He knew it was good. So
we got two fantastic teams here. Number 1, Grand Valley State. Number 3, Michigan State.
Two very deep teams too.
And already, we're 30 seconds into the game, and guess what took a hit? The tripod.
It's a magnet.
Michigan State just coming off an OT thriller against James Madison.
Missed the mark. He gets taken out by Josh Hill on the sideline.
Yeah, Josh Hill's got to be careful not to go up and leave himself open. Michigan State will take advantage of that.
So DQ McLean controlled by Barry Butler. Kramer and Alec Dean on the side close to us.
Tony, for the fans that are tuning in that might not be super familiar with college dodgeball, let's talk about the format of this game and how it's a little bit different from some other dodgeball formats.
Absolutely. So it starts off there's going to be 10 balls in the middle, 4 in the middle of each team's goal line. Each team will start with 12 players on the opening line. They have a full basketball court, 2 25-minute halves. You do not get a point until you take out every member of the opponent, opposite side. So a little bit different in that aspect. It's very similar to stuff we've seen before, but 2 25-minute halves. So if you don't close it out before halftime, there's not going to be a point score just for having a man advantage or something like that. So overtime rules. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Although if you're tuning in, you might have just saw the classic between JMU and Michigan State. 6-on-6.
Keep an eye on this guy right here, Rookie of the Year candidate. One of the better arms on, absolutely, one of the better arms on Michigan State's team. Oh, and there's a kill by Alec Gonzalez.
Right on Andrew Dubon there, he kind of whipped the block a little bit.
Oh, and Ben Smart. Vintage Ben Smart right there.
Ben Smart reminding the rest of the league, hey, I'm still here.
Yep. Hey, and he's looked good this weekend after coming off an injury earlier in the season.
He's been as advertised, and Grand Valley quickly has Michigan State down to 6 players, it looks like.
Oh, what a hit by Peach. Saving Ben Smart. That was huge by him.
Ooh, Peach had a shot there to just kind of dunk on Marks there and did not take it.
So the last time these two teams played, Grand Valley came out hot, got a big lead. They were up 3-0, and then Michigan State came back to win 4. Oh, and Ben Smart goes down.
Tyler Peach takes half the counter. So
as I was saying, Michigan State went on to win that game 4-3. This is Grand Valley's redemption opportunity. And right now, and you see both teams. Oh my goodness, the amount of communication here. You didn't see this earlier in the season. Folks, you got to remember, there's been COVID to deal with over the last 2 years. And Jack Gerling, one of the best players in the league, just got knocked out. That's what
balls over. I think it's going to be before the throw.
Yeah.
I'm going to say did get a late kill on number 12 for Michigan State there. I do not believe that will count. Number 12 right there, and lost in the sophomore for Michigan State. So Michigan State down to 2 players and facing a balls over. Grand Valley 7 left. Looks like they've got at least 4 of their overtime players out there too still. So President Hunter Ford is also acting as one of the referees here. We'll start them off. Grand Valley charging, team throw. Arnold gets taken out of the corner, but Barry Butler, another MVP candidate, back in.
Oh, long throw. We're just catching the time up here. 21 minutes. 21 minutes to go here. Barry Butler in the game is huge for them.
Grand Valley down to 6 players, so they're 1 away from also being on the 10 clock. And the thing about the shot clock is it 5 or fewer. Nashville with another
What a chase by
get down to 5 or fewer fouls. It's down to a 10-second shot clock. Grand Valley with a 4-minute, 20-second first point there. Michigan State coming off that big emotional overtime win against JMU kind of came out a little flat. So we'll see what adjustments they make. Michigan State's been here before. They were behind in the JMU. They were behind at MDC. They're no stranger to this.
Let's talk big picture here for a second. Michigan State making their first title game since 2013. It's been a long time. And in that game, they actually, coincidentally, they went up against Grand Valley State. On the other hand, we got Grand Valley, who has been to, I believe, 8 straight national title games. So, I mean, thinking of like the streaks that are in the balance here, Michigan State looking to win their first ever national title as a program. There's so much on the line right now. Grand Valley looking to get back on top after losing to Towson back in 2019, the last full season we had, the last nationals that was held by the National Collegiate Dodgeball Association.
Yeah, you could argue already that Michigan State, this is the greatest season in their team's history. And, you know, exercising those MDC demons, putting together a heck of a record. And now
It's like 1 inch farther back.
I know they're hungry. And
They're like one foot farther back. You're good there.
Here we go, point 2.
Ooh, GV with an early throw and Ben Smart gone.
Smart gets taken out.
Big start for MSU.
He's first in the queue, though, if there is a catch. So Michigan State going to push the high line here. Jack Gerling with a kill on this. Oh, no.
I think they may say it hit ground first. That's a goal.
Ethan Roy.
Point two!
Oh, Kobe Bryson calling him out. He had the better angle.
Yep. Thought he blocked it into his leg as he kind of twisted on the block there. So Jack Gerling going to control that left side with a couple teammates flanking him.
Oh.
Michigan State kind of waited. They got to 14 on the shot clock and had to get rid of 2.
Oh, and Ray Franklin leaving himself open and he gets out.
He drew a couple of throws, but you'd rather have his arm on the court than a couple extra balls.
Michigan State's got some veteran leadership. Actually, 3 of the 4 guys that are stepping up here to the front line, veterans on this team.
Veterans.
Yep, they were rookies in the COVID year where they had a great team. Oh, and Butler goes down, and Kramer goes down. Oh, and there's a catch!
All right, so
Yep.
that brings Ethan Rohrig back in. Not an overtime player for Michigan State, but he's considered the glue guy for this program. One of the lone seniors. I shouldn't say one of the lone, but one of only 2 seniors.
Wow, McLean with a huge catch. And on the other side, Grand Valley hasn't gotten a catch this whole point. Otherwise, we'd be looking at Ben Smart. Oh, he drops it. Good try.
Oh man, almost had 3 in a row right there. Great point for him. He'll get a standing ovation as he takes his spot in the queue.
We got a big crowd here on both sides of the court.
This is great.
You're only
This is what
seeing
we
about
love to
half
see.
of it.
Yeah, we're filled in on both sides. We got players, alumni, family, friends. It's just a great atmosphere here.
The term is standing room only, and that's what we're at right now. Oh, and Hunter
Can't say
Ford
enough
calls
good
him
things
out.
about Western Michigan. Peter Groh, as tournament director, pulled this off in a short time frame.
Oh, what a hit.
Tyler Peach going to push the pace. He's going to pull back.
Whoa, and he drops the catch. He's out.
Catch.
But he makes a kill in the process. The issue is Ben Smart's still the first one in the queue.
Yeah, if Tyler Peach makes that catch. Oh,
and he down goes
freshman.
Down goes both of them. Dubon also gets knocked out.
That was a nice counter by fellow freshman there, Ryan Paddock.
Yeah.
Called his name quite a few times today in the one game that I've commentated for Grand Valley. So
And he drops to his knees looking for a catch. Oh. And Grand Valley resets there. You got 4 left for Grand Valley. They're on the 10 count.
5 left. But 10 clock still. Great long throw.
Alec Dean pushing up. Cannon misses it, but will get the bounce back.
That's a great arm on that kid right there. Great future in this league.
Butler pushing up. You got to be careful if you're Michigan State. One throw that floats a little bit too high. All of a sudden, Ben Smart's back in. And keep in mind, Michigan State's got 5 players left as well. They're on the 10 count.
I'd say, 5 on 5 here. Each team with a couple OT rostered men left here. So we'll see.
Yeah, even match. It looks like Dean's going to make a throw. Good placement. Good placement by the rookie. Gonzalez got to be careful there. Nice job. Nice job by Michigan State pushing back.
Grand Valley has 3 balls now, so they will have, in fact, have a shot clock. Great throw by Jack Burling.
Yeah, fantastic throw. Ooh, Matthew Boudet over there, number 11.
Yep.
He's had a fantastic nationals. He's a rookie, and Grand Valley has been pounding the table. This guy is Rookie of the Year candidate.
6 and 11. These 2 rookies are the future of that program.
Yep. Along with Aiden Jacobs, who we've already heard from this game. Oh, and he takes out Alex Gonzalez. You got to block for your teammate.
Alex Gonzalez kind of got shielded there.
Yep. 3 players left. Look for Williamson to make something happen here. I would take him out if I could. Oh!
Tom Williamson did get taken out, but then Harry Butler gets caught by the star
That's
freshman.
such an unlucky
Matthew
play.
Budai. He does use back in. So now look at this. You've got Gerling and Ben Smart going toe to toe. Oh,
Ben Smart goes down.
grab his hand a little bit there. You got this on by now.
Wow, good dodge. Ryan Patton, you got 2 rookies in for Grand Valley.
2 rookies in.
Who's going to be the hero here? Michigan State with 4. Gerling and Dean have been leading the way with their throws. Oh, and another catch!
That brings in Big Ray Franklin.
Oh, boy. Look out. 79 mile per hour thrower here.
You may not find a more emotional player.
I think he gets clipped. Yeah, he does. Oh, hit him right in the chest. 1 man left. Team throw coming up. And he goes down. 1-1. We didn't have to
Back in 5 minutes, so we are knotted at 1-1, 10 minutes in.
Our apologies. We didn't have the score updated there.
Fireworks early on in the national championship game here.
Good one.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy. Wow. So just as quickly as you thought, wow, okay, is this going to be a runaway from Grand Valley? They get a point in 4 minutes. Michigan State says not so fast, point in 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'll see your 4-minute point and just about match you here.
Action-packed stuff. Can't ask for more than that out of this game so far.
I tell you, this is one of the best weekends I've ever been a part of as a player, an administrator, a fan, watching nationals. We've had so many overtime classics, just great matches, a lot of parity in the league. Why should the national championship game be any different, right?
Right. 18 teams total traveled here to Western Michigan University for college dodgeball nationals this season. Generally, we're at about 20 to 24 is what we had before COVID. A few less teams this year, some teams still in the rebuilding phase, but the league continues to grow and the league continues to improve, and we've got some talent on both sides in this game.
Here we go, point 3. Ford starts him off.
Uh-oh!
Couple quick kills.
A team catch by Grand Valley.
All right, so that kept Aiden Jacobs in, and Daquan McLean still gets taken out.
McLean goes down.
That's a big early kill for Grand Valley. He turned that last point on his head with multiple catches there.
Jack Gerling. Oh, good arm. Or good throw there as well.
Return fire from Owen. Owen's been one of the primary counter throwers out of that middle right area for Grand Valley. Okay, got a lot of trust in him.
Ray with a catch.
And with the catch on Marks. That's what he can do for you.
This is a momentum game here. Michigan State, I don't know if any team, Tony, rides with the momentum more than Michigan State.
Correct, and I think that's a program thing. That's been since even when I played. We all played on the team.
Oh!
Ford's making the call.
I do not agree with that. Nope, they're calling it.
Other folks are saying wrong play.
They're calling Hunter Ford called out.
Luke Bowman gets taken out by Jeff Hill, and he's just been relentless. If this guy isn't a top 3 MVP, then we just need to get rid of the award.
Yeah, he's up there. No doubt.
And fires again near Josh Hill. Josh Hill returns the favor. Trading.
Oh, there's the kill. Oh my goodness! Are you serious? Honestly, a great throw by Dean. The timing, everything. shoe shiner, and Ray Franklin's back in, by the way. He's up by himself.
Ooh, and he gets a kill.
He cannot do that. Down he goes again.
He does get a kill in the process, but then he got taken out, so.
Yep. And you see 21, one of the rookies over there talking to him. Hey, listen, controlled energy, controlled aggression.
It's always been one of the things that he has some of the highest highs with that energy, but sometimes he has trouble bringing it in.
No, they're stopping it.
There was a timeout before the throw for a little catch. Okay, so it looks like there was a timeout called. Kevin has kind of got that Cobra position, realized that he wanted the timeout, but didn't realize that it was going to cost his team
sometimes that happens.
Just kind of bad timing. If he waits 2 extra seconds on that timeout, that catch probably counts. But
an interesting trend in the league.
Yes.
For a lot of teams. One of those teams is Michigan State, with a few NCDA alumni stepping in as coaches and really helping this team transition through COVID. Recruitment was key, and they've built up, and they have a young team, but they have so much talent, and it just came down to the experience of those coaches. I think has been a massive part of why Michigan State's back in their first national title game since 2013.
They look at 3 of the top 4 teams in the league this year. What do they have in common? Alumni coaches. You know,
Yep.
Grand Valley doesn't have like Dylan Fettig as their full-time coach anymore, but they're always getting alumni help and alumni.
Yep, they do have one alumni over there helping out.
Yep, and then so Cincinnati, Michigan State. You think about that? Like, round of applause for West Peters for the proper ball placement there.
All right, so we got, it looks like 6 left for Michigan State. Grand Valley looking like 9 or 10.
Ball advantage, Michigan State, not by much. He slid, he shouldn't have slid.
He slid, so he's out already. I don't know why you hit him twice. Ben Smart's got to be smart here, no pun intended, and he gets the ball. And he makes a cross throw.
Almost got Grueling in the back heel there. Back of his heel, I should say.
He's developed into such an unstoppable force on the left side of the court for Michigan State.
And it doesn't matter if he's throwing straight at you, if
Stoppage
he's throwing
before.
cross throws, if he's...
Another stoppage. What?
Josh Kramer from here, he's always in a good mood, and why shouldn't he be? He's knotted up in the national championship game halfway through the first half.
They're counting the balls. So while we got a quick stoppage here, who were the teams that surprised you this year at Nationals? Some colleges that maybe haven't made deep runs in the past, but showed up and made some noise.
Yeah, so I'll start with JMU, honestly. It's maybe easy to say that because they made it to the Final Four. The knock against JMU for years has never been talent. It's been like, oh, they just never show up at Nationals and they play together. That was a good team. And they were an overtime away from playing for a national title game.
Yes, sir.
Also, University of Nebraska. Those guys are still here cheering on. They got a long trip home and they're still here watching this. Those guys are full of energy. They only graduate a couple players. I'm really looking forward to that program, and I hope we get some westward expansion so those guys can play more events. Travel's not easy for them, and they came and they balled out today.
Yeah. Doing a couple missed throws there. Ooh, Ben Smart almost got hit in the foot.
Ben and Josh Kramer trading blows there.
Yep. A little bit of a rivalry here between those two.
Number 27 from Michigan State there just gets his foot out of the way. That's Jack Salisbury. He's a junior. It's called by Josh Kramer there in front of our screen. Nice block
by Gonzalez.
That ball's out of play. We'll get that one in.
That's unexpected from a player like Ben
Kramer's
Smart.
moving a little gingerly here, but yeah, Ben would like to have that one.
Was that Kramer with the catch? Wow. Yeah, those two are going at it. And then on the other side, you have Hill going at it with Jack Gerling.
Yeah, they're just powerhouse players, just littered up and down these lineups.
Yep. A lot of quick throws.
After the other. Bang, bang, bang.
They're jockeying for position. It's like Grand Valley knows that they're a better team in transition. Michigan State wants to get some catches and then overpower with their arm strength. And there's one right there, Barry Butler's arm. Yeah.
That one just slipped through.
We got 11 minutes to go now in the first half. 1-1 score. This point's been a little bit slower.
Both teams have kind of had their chances to really take momentum, and the other one has just thwarted it. So
7 players left for GV, 6 for Michigan State.
Marlowe there.
Oh, and now they're on the 10 count, so that's a swing. And Peach over here, he's not forcing any like tough throws. He's just resetting and waiting for them to throw at him. He knows he's one of the best catchers in the league, and he's not alone on that Grand Valley team.
It just occurred to me that Adam Arnold, number 32, who's been flanking Gurley up near the top of the string, is also a freshman. For some reason, I know in my head that he was one of the few upperclassmen. So freshman with a very good arm. Josh Hill gets crossed up by Butler there.
Yep. Impressive for any freshman to make a starting lineup in a national title contender.
Yeah, Michigan State's got 3 of them. Grand Valley's got multiple.
Owen Israel's.
Slid under that just barely.
Wow.
Evaded that late dodge.
Michigan State is one of those teams that really loves when they get the ball advantage, and that's when they thrive. And right now, they've got it. But do they have enough players left? I mean, they've got 3 of their best players in still.
5 on 6 here, really evenly contested point. This one's a little more methodical.
Team catch. Aiden Jacobs.
Saves. That brings in Luke Bowman. He was on there every time last year at NBC.
Yep.
That's a big hit for them right now.
Really talented arm. He's got a quick release.
Oh, that's a bad bounce for
Israel's goes down.
Budai. He got the stop off the wall and the ball just rolled off his foot and kept going right back to Michigan State's side.
Tyler Peach looks so comfortable in the corner there, just waiting for someone to throw. It's like Michigan State's avoiding that side of the court. Oh, and an easy catch. Oh, and Bowman goes down, but look who's back in. Peach has to be careful of those crosses. Gerling comes up, one of the best cross throwers in the league.
Peach and Kramer now going head-to-head, 2 of the best catchers in the league. Did try to cross up on Gerling there.
You've still got three of MSU's top players in the game. This can easily be Michigan State's point, despite being on the 10 count right now.
You can always tell when someone really gears it up and gets an extra little heat on the ball. The crowd just
Oh, and Peach just snags that one. We might have missed that on camera. A nice drop catch by him. Franklin. Oh, good block by Peach. Yep, just got to get the feet up. He is not thrilled with that. It's just.
You gotta be careful though. He doesn't want a yellow card.
They're giving him a yellow card. No, there's a stoppage for a ball.
Yep. There's blood on the ball.
We've got one.
Yeah, so safety paramount. Blood on the ball. That can sometimes happen. 2 days and half a dozen games.
This is shaping up to be a classic.
Yeah.
These
8 minutes left, knotted at 1. Again, thank you all for joining us. Our final match of the 2021-2022 season. Michigan State, Grand Valley State. Jockeying for a national title here. Again, play stoppage for blood. You can't have someone bleeding on the ball, so we're going to have to address that. Either sanitize the balls, just trade them out. It can sometimes happen in dodgeball.
Yeah, man, this game has been so back and forth, this point especially. Again, those of you who have joined us that might not be too familiar with the collegiate dodgeball format, we have 2 25-minute halves that we play. 2 25-minute halves, and then overtime if there needs to be overtime. So you get a point every time you eliminate the other team. Right now, Grand Valley did the first time, eliminating all of Michigan State. Michigan State returned the favor, and now here we are in the 3rd point. One thing to keep in mind, you have 8 minutes, 21 seconds left in the half. If we reach halftime without a team being all the way eliminated, we reset. We go back to full roster to start the second half, 12 on 12. So that's just something to keep in mind because it does come into play a lot, and it's one of the things that I love about this format is you not only have strategy against the way the other team is playing, up and down the court, the flow of the game, but you have to strategize against the clock if you're trying to get a point. If you're the team that holds the advantage from a player standpoint, if it's 6 on 2 and you've got a minute left, your strategy is going to be different than if it was just best of 7 type of thing where you can take your time with it.
One other thing to consider with the clock and how there could be implications there. If the team takes a point, this has been a pretty methodically paced point. if one of them gets it with under 4 minutes to go in the half, we'll just take that time and we're going to roll it into the second half. So the second half will be 25 minutes plus whatever time is left over. That's if a point is taken under 4 minutes to go. So we'll be keeping an eye on the clock and what that could mean. Either one of these teams wants to give an inch. We're back up to 6 players. Michigan State down to 3 players. They got a rookie in there with 2 MVP candidates. So,
yeah. I mean, this is the national title game that a lot of people wanted. After seeing the Michigan Dodgeball Cup, Michigan State broke a 17-year streak at the Michigan Dodgeball Cup this year, winning the title with a crazy comeback over Grand Valley State. This is the first time the two teams have stepped on the court facing each other since then, and already shaping up to be a good one as far as I'm concerned. You're seeing high-level play from both sides. So much strategy going into each and every moment of the game. Jockeying for position.
This may be the best weekend top to bottom. We had some classics yesterday. The Michigan State JMU one did not disappoint. Cincinnati Towson.
Yep.
What an epic way for this league to come back in full force here. It all comes down to this. 8 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first half. Knotted at 1. Hunter Ford will start. We got the balls sorted out. Sorry for that lengthy delay, but as you know, the safety's paramount. We can't have players bleeding on the ball. Barry Butler with a throw just wide of Tyler Peach.
Oh, that's not going to count.
Williamson, that's not going to count. Aiden Jacobs. Oh, and they're going to get the ball. That's the shot that Michigan State was looking for with them being down players like that.
There's 6 players. You have to go to 15.
Might have been some confusion. It sounded like maybe they only used a 10-second clock.
They had 3. They only counted to 10.
Okay, so they made a mistake. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, there was a mistake there. Michigan State is down on the 10 clock. We talked about the shot clock earlier and how that works. Grand Valley had 6 players left. They should not have been down on the 10-second, and the shot clock counter over there only enforced the 10-second
And
clock.
you see Wes Peters go up. Cincinnati's coach, he had to correct the call that was made from the right side. He was the one that called that the ball was not close enough. Remember, it's got to get within legitimate attempt zone, which is pretty much, it's got to be a legitimate attempt at being thrown at someone. It's got to be within like a step and a dive of a player, something like that.
Make sure you don't just throw it at the ceiling, roll the ball over to try to just get rid of the clock. You got to give a chance for a play.
So Wes saw that throw was not close enough. He called balls over, but...
All right, 8 minutes left.
Yep.
First half, knotted at 1 here. Gurley, Arnold, Butler left Michigan State trying to...
Oh my, Tom Williamson.
Just a phenomenal...
And those two guys were rookie stars back in the 2019-2020 season before COVID happened. This is the first time either of them have had a chance to play in a national title game.
Yeah, and they're showcasing. Same with like Tyler Peach,
Barry Butler.
All these guys, some of these veterans.
Oh, and there's a kill.
They haven't got to be on the biggest stage. Now that they're upperclassmen, they're finally getting the opportunity.
36 months since we had a national title game, and we're back.
Might have to get that higher throw a little bit closer, running between 2 Grand Valley players, but we'll see.
I believe Arnold was the one that made the huge catch in the JMU game. Oh no, Barry Butler goes down. What a cross by Nick Hale. Uh-oh.
Good hold by the rookie, that's smart.
Yep, I mean, he looks at home out there. Some of the GVSU alumni that were here today, and he makes a catch.
Made the catch.
That's game, that's point.
That's point.
2-1 GVSU, and it was behind someone where the ref couldn't even see it. And
they had no idea.
It was like
no one saw
it.
It happens. So 3 points gone in 18 minutes, just about there. Quite good stuff. Both these teams playing 5 days long now. Grand Valley takes the lead 2-1. Michigan State.
Both teams need to adjust. I mean, not just Michigan State. Both teams need to adjust to what they're seeing from the other side. Jack Gurley's a huge factor, and Grand Valley's got to find a way to really, hold him back. Yeah.
But if you're Grand Valley, you also don't want to just target one guy. It's not like Michigan State's a one-trick pony. They're as deep as anybody in this league. So, if you get Jack out early, well, you got to deal with Kramer, and you got to deal with Butler and McLean, and same with on the flip side, if Michigan State targets Ben Smart, okay, well, cool. You've still got Owen Israels and Tyler Peach, Tom Williamson, Josh Hill.
Quick team huddles. Quick stoppage in between points, and we're going to start this one up. 6:52 to go.
It's not a timeout, so it's already about as long as the wait should be. Another Michigan State crowd trying to get them back into this here, imploring them. Let's tie this up before halftime.
6:52 to go in the first half. We'll have 25 minutes in the second half as well, so there's plenty of time to play. This is either team's game. It's going to come down to who executes here. You know, the rest of the way, the last 30 minutes of dodgeball this season.
Advantage Grand Valley on the run. Andrew Devon gets taken out too.
Kill on both sides. Grand Valley. Josh Hill makes a quick throw, says, my bad. It looked like they were trying to set up a team throw. He made it too quick. He was used to doing transition ball like Grand Valley does best. It's going to be Michigan State's throw.
Grand Valley has ball control 7-3 here, so that's okay.
Oh, risky throw from Ray Franklin.
He's got to be careful. He's got a lot of trust in his arm.
And there's Ben Smart. Ben Smart, talk about his throw real quick and the way that
He has such ridiculous movement on his ball. He throws kind of this 3/4 arm slide. He can drop down to the side and open hands, but he gets so much movement in two directions, over the top and side to side. It's just really hard to track. And he's one of those accurate throwers you've ever seen in this league.
Yeah, and remember, this is 8.5 pinch. They can put some movement on the ball, but these balls sting when they hit you. Let me tell you right now.
Barry Butler kind of left himself out there. Nothing there. He caught it off the tip on the block from Gerling.
And yeah, Barry Butler's another one that.
Gerling's always got two balls in his hands, or kind of has, even though they're down balls. That might be so he can reset and get that.
Yeah, interesting point.
Oh, Michigan State made two throws there. They didn't need to make both.
It's going to be MSU's throw.
Yeah, MSU with only 3 balls now.
It's impressive the movement that these guys can get on an 8.5 dodgeball. This isn't a small dodgeball. It isn't foam. It's heavy, and the ability to get curve on the ball is not easy.
Speaking of that movement, that just over the top, just 12-6 drop. Starts off at Josh Kramer's numbers and ends up bouncing in front of him.
Kramer pushing up slowly but calmly.
5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Grand Valley up to a 2-1 lead. Ooh, Ray, that's
not the best throw. And Ben Smart pushed up, but he didn't have teammates next to him. Smart of him not to make that throw.
Both teams being extra cautious here. Michigan State doesn't seem to really have urgency to try to tie this before half. I think they're going to maybe just let it come to them. They're like, look, we're going to play our style, play conservative, and if we get an opportunity...
Oh! That's ground. That's a kill. Good call by the ref.
Hit wave, bounce, and then he caught it on the bounce up.
Yeah, he kind of landed on the ball. Couldn't tell if he caught it or not at first. Oh, wow. Good kill by Ben Smart again.
Revenge on Josh Kramer for that catch.
And watch for a cross here. Barry Butler, nice one.
Still controlling things on Michigan State's left side there. Backing off the Grand Valley offense.
You're seeing more aggression here from MSU. Oh, what a catch by Gonzalez. More aggression from MSU now that they got ball advantage back, it looks like. Oh, and Ben Smart's down from across. 3:45 to go in the half. Can MSU tie it up before halftime? That's a question here. Ooh, close. Just low.
That's a great throw from him.
A lot of movement on that ball.
Looks like somewhere in that melee, Matthew Budai got taken out. Teacher reset it. Looked like there were 2 throws from Grand Valley. Neither one hit the mark. Luke Bowman on the other one. Gerling and Arnold.
And now Grand Valley's the team that looks completely content with just sitting it until halftime. Yep. Team catch. Ben Smart, next one in. It should be. Ray Franklin is back in. So they've had a few team catches.
Yeah, looks like we might have missed one. Sorry about that. Hopefully it was on camera. 3 minutes to go. First half. Michigan State trying to see if they can't tie this up before halftime here.
Ooh, MSU looking across so much. It looks like that's one of their adjustments.
Josh Hill took out Jack Gerling. That's big. Hill and Josh Hill is imploring his teammate, give me the ball, but it's sitting right on the line. He can't really touch it.
Ooh, Israels goes down. Nice throw. And McLean's going to go out on that. Oh, my goodness.
We might debate that call for a minute, but Hunter Ford right there in front of it calls it a trap, so clean. That's a big break for Michigan State.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of their better players. He's one of their more clutch players, let me say that.
Grand Valley, Michigan State, how many players do they have? 7?
Yeah.
Grand Valley gets them on the 10 clock. They might try to get this point.
Oh, and down goes. There's been a few touchy calls where Grand Valley wasn't sure if MSU was going out on it, some the other way as well. I mean, this is what happens in the title game. I think that it's been.
Ben Hackman took his out, by the way.
Yeah, he took his out. There's so many close calls. 132. 132 till halftime.
Yeah, at this point, Michigan State, they just got to get to half down one. Advantage Grand Valley right now, so if you're Michigan State, don't force anything. And they're going to
use a
Michigan
timeout.
State's going to use their timeout.
Grand Valley.
Kevin Wynn was signaling, but when he's smiling now, he's laughing. He's like, who called it? Ricky called it.
Both teams have one?
Both teams have one timeout remaining this half. Each team gets 2 per half, correct, Kevin?
That is correct. Oh, and I didn't fix it. There. One timeout left for each team.
30 to go. Not quite like basketball when we get to the final minute of a game or a half. We'll take a half or 10 minutes. Grand Valley still has 9 players left. Pretty much they're 18-6 as well.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Advantage them. Michigan State still has 6 players, so they're not on the 10 clock. Like I said, I think if Grand Valley maybe gets a lucky kill or a catch and they may have
right on top of it.
Right. Hunter Ford gets him started again. Running.
Yeah.
About 20 left. Even the clock's not a posturing.
And you can tell Michigan State, this is the stall ball here for like a minute or so. Michigan State just wants to get to half down one, and that's it.
Ray and Ben Smart both missing the mark. Safe throws, though. Don't want to give up any outs. The final minute here.
1 minute!
Smart gonna charge. Tyler Peach gets Alec Dean, and then there's some crossroads here. Counters. Tyler Peach does get and suddenly Michigan State's got momentum.
Uh-oh. No balls on Grand Valley's side. That's not going to cut it.
Still no throw necessary for Grand Valley. Only 2 balls on each side. 30 seconds. You're Michigan State. You can just sell out, make a bunch of throws, right?
You have to. Why not? What do you have to lose? There's one. There's one. You're on the 10 count. You've only got 22 seconds left.
20 seconds!
Make 2 throws.
It's going to be too little too late here, it looks like.
1, 2.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
That almost took us out. No, and Ray does go down. He got knocked out there. Ben goes down. 2. Didn't matter. Reshare that, maybe. It's fine. All right, we're at halftime.
Halftime here, so we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Michigan State trailing Grand Valley State by 1 in the national title game. Live Kalamazoo, Michigan. No time will roll over. Nobody gets a point there at the end. I think we explained that earlier, but for those of you who don't quite understand the rules, in order to get a point in this format, you do have to eliminate every player on the other side. So I think Michigan State finished that half with a man advantage. You don't get a point for that. So. You have to stop the clock in order to set it. Now hit set clock. 25. Enter.
My man.
And you could also switch the scoreboard to the 2-1 the other way now that they switch sides. That's easy. Nice.
Kevin, kind of give me your impressions of each team in that first half.
Yeah.
exciting to say the least.
Yeah, so what I would say is Grand Valley came out firing at first, and they looked really good that first point. Michigan State was able to make some big plays in the second point, but it looked like since then, Grand Valley hasn't been playing as, I don't want to say overly aggressive, but the intensity hasn't been up at that level that they did to start the first point in terms of the way that they play transition. When they're at their best, they're playing transition ball. They're starting on their back line, they're forcing Michigan State into the neutral zone, and then they're running them down. And I've noticed that the first point they had a lot of that against Cincinnati in the Final Four. They had quite a lot of that. But after that first point, it looked like they slowed down a little bit, and I think that that's also a credit. The full other one. That's also credit to Michigan State for their adjustments as well. Like we said, they got some experienced players. They got two coaches who are NCDA alumni.
These teams are so familiar. Half a dozen times a year. NBC.
Yeah.
Well, this is a revenge game for Grand Valley, actually.
So not to bring up sour times, but Grand Valley and Michigan State, since the league started 16 years ago, Grand Valley won the first 38 or 39 games in the rivalry. Before Michigan State finally won their first time was in the fall of 2016. 2015, the guy next to me was actually on the roster for that one. But since then it's been a more even rivalry, still leaning in favor of Grand Valley. But I mean, what do you think about that? Michigan State as a program has really continued to build, and they just got to get to that next step. And winning the national title is that next step for them.
Absolutely agree with that. Michigan State's been a good program for a lot of years now. Going back to 2013 when they did make the title game, they've always been a contender. But yeah, every year it seems like, at least since my time, Michigan State has had Rookie of the Year after Rookie of the Year after Rookie of the Year candidate. Not really a whole lot of hardware to show for that great recruiting, but things are starting to turn around for them as of late. Especially Michigan breaking through at NBC, getting that trophy, looking to maybe add a second. Kevin just hopped out of the booth for a minute, so he'll be alone with me. Just a couple more minutes here of halftime. We'll get this second half started here live from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate you guys sticking with us, watching. Shout out to Shadid Drakeford for the work he's done on the live stream. We've got a couple different streams going today just to kind of give you different options and angles. Great camera work all weekend. And I think we're just so happy to have this league back, and there's a bright future. A lot of good teams. All comes down to two right now. It's kind of funny. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Grand Valley back seeking another national title. Michigan State looking to finally break through.
Yeah, and like I said, with the historic implications of this game, with Michigan State looking for their first ever national title. One thing to keep in mind, though, is this hasn't been a poverty program by any means. They've made 11 Final Fours. In the 16 now, this is the 16th Nationals. In the 16 years that the NCDA has been around, they've made 11 Final Fours. That's astounding. Grand Valley's made 14. We've been over that. 10-time national champion. Yes, they have the most history, but Michigan State is legit. They have made 11 Final Fours, the second most of any program, except, like I said.
Both of these programs have players that were on the roster in the 2019-2020 COVID-shortened season.
Right.
We never got to call them. Both of these programs feel like they got cheated out of the national title that year.
That's
they
right.
were jockeying for top position there, and both are feeling very confident. So here they are, self-fulfilling prophecy a little bit. We kind of thought maybe we'd see Grand Valley and Michigan State in the final that year, and just got delayed a couple of years. So, like I said, they both feel like they got robbed of the national title, and they got unfinished business that they're here today for.
A couple of years later, and now here we are. That year, Grand Valley was 19-0 at the time of COVID. And then on the other side, Michigan State, they had taken Grand Valley to overtime twice already that season. So, these two teams were legit. They still are legit, as you can tell. And we're set to get started in the second half. What do you need to see from either of these teams the
need
second
Grand
half
Valley,
here.
if they're going to hold on and win here, get another point or something, they need to get their transition game going. Good start on the run ball.
Oh, and he drops it.
All right, not quite the start Grand Valley was looking for on the run up. They're going to probably try to bleed ball advantage back to their side before going to transition. But for Grand Valley to really take a stranglehold, they got to play their transition game.
And for those of you at home,
And for Michigan State, continue to make these.
oh, nice catch.
Continue to make these timely catches.
Yep.
Because they won that, the first point that Michigan State took, point number 2 of the day, was mostly on the back of a bunch of catches. So
Yeah. I mean, both teams are opportunistic catching teams.
clean misses low on Owen Israel's returns fire near Butler.
Keep an eye on these two people closest to you on screen. Jack Erling here. Lefty.
Going at Ballman, somebody that way. He loves that cross.
Yes,
Cliff
he
Williamson.
You gotta be watching for that. Michigan State with a little bit of an advantage to start this point.
They got ball control early. Grand Valley's on arguably the better side. I'm not going to say that ball has really mattered a ton.
Oh, Dean goes down by Ben Smart.
Long
Risky throw and Bowman gets hit.
Bowman just making sure he's out. Josh Hill was putting his case to the ref.
I think he got hit, but it was a tough call. And Alec Gonzalez gets taken out. They were trying to go for Ben Smart, I think, and they took out Gonzalez instead. So, I mean.
And then in the process, Barry Butler got taken out from the middle there.
Oh, some long throws there.
Grand Valley quietly down to, I want to say 7 plays.
Yeah, you got to play smart here if you're Grand Valley, down to 7. Ben Smart pushing up for a ball, gets it, makes a quick throw, and it hit ground.
Kramer.
Yep, blocked into the ground by Kramer.
So that's sometimes what Ben Smart will do too on the outside there, is he drops down to a little bit more of a sidearm angle and tries to get it to sweep across and kick people's feet that way. Andrew Dubon with the throw, Tyler Page with the counter.
Good look by Tyler Page. We haven't heard his name too much in this game. Oh, there's a kill.
Josh Hill taking out Erling.
Ooh!
Israel's misses McLean.
Oh, McLean almost gets the catch.
And look at him put his arms out. He's like,
Good try by him.
Ray Franklin had his arms out like, challenge me.
Oh.
Michigan State, Grand Valley, even number of balls.
7 left. Still 7 left. Oh, and Franklin with the catch. Michigan State's got to get it under control right now. This is,
Slow it down.
you can't go down 3-1 right now. Yes, they have the firepower to come back from that, but you don't want to put yourself in that situation. This point is crucial. Get it to a tie game. Oh, and Franklin goes down. Oh boy, we got a stoppage. It's a ball's over. Yeah, so ball's over. We got exactly 22 minutes here.
I think these teams are both proving right now why they are the 2 best teams in the league. Ball's over. So this is probably the shot in the arm Michigan State needed to kind of get momentum back.
Who are you targeting?
They're trailing by one person here, 6-7, but they've got balls on their side. I mean, I'm going Ben Smart. It looks like that might be what they're doing, unless it's Kramer that's throwing from the middle, which, okay, they took out.
No, he's safe.
Balls crossed around.
I really like that choice, though. I think that Ben Smart's too dangerous of a catcher. I think you got to try and just take out an arm from Grand Valley that isn't as, known for his catching, and that's Owen Israel. He's been one of the main throwers for them today. Take him out.
A lot of their long cross throws and resets because they've been very accurate with it today. So,
Yep.
all right, no shot clock. Oh, Grand Valley does have 3 balls. Josh Hill in the corner there. We can't quite see him on camera. Nice kill.
And we got the ref calls out on that.
Next throw, Michigan State goes down to the 10 clock. So we've got Josh Kramer, the only overtime player out there right now for Michigan State.
Ooh, Ben Smart looking for a kill over there. 27 for Michigan State.
Salisbury.
He's come on strong towards the end of the season. He's a guy to keep an eye on. What year is he in school?
He's a junior. Watch clock. This might be his first full season of NCDA because
Right.
talked about the COVID shortened season. So Marks with the throw near Josh Hill.
Marks with no fear going at one of the veterans for Grand Valley State.
He's got a lot of energy for Michigan State, too. He plays the game at a very fast pace.
It feels like GV's in control.
It looked like he was maybe going to try to...
Got to get a throw. Marks comes up and he makes a throw. Great placement by him. I think he's a rookie, but that's a fantastic throw. We're calling safe on that. He blocked that into the ground.
That's number 15, Matthew Zivian, another freshman from Michigan State, part of this loaded freshman class.
Ben Smart, again, looking for the shoes over there.
Jack Salisbury playing with fire, getting that close to Ben Smart like that.
The issue right now is you look at this side of the court, you got a lot of younger guys, and then Kramer. Kramer's got to be, oh no, and a drop. Oh, and Smart takes him out while he's picking up a ball. You got to keep your eyes on a swivel, your head on a swivel.
Tyler Peach is sniffing the momentum here. Now, for Michigan State, at what point do you consider possible situation?
That's a really good question. I think with 3 guys left, including Kramer, who, in my opinion, he's as clutch as it comes for Michigan State. I keep riding it out right now. Marks has a good arm. Kramer's an all-around player. We got number 15 in as well for Michigan State. That's Matthew Zivian. I believe he's a rookie too, but he's holding his own out there in the national title game.
Great spot for Marks on that throw. Get back.
Under 20 to go now, though. So, as you said, Tony, you got to start thinking about the clock if you're Michigan State.
Clock's a factor in a 2-point game. Josh Hill was daring Marks to throw at him. Marks, I think, made the right decision to kind of pull back.
Marks has been really impressive in terms of... Oh, Kramer. But
just rolls and rolls away from him.
You can't fault him for going for that with the situation they're in. Nice throw there by Zivian.
And Israel just kind of got crossed up there. Could barely get out of the way.
GVSU still huge advantage right now. It looks like they're taking their time.
Grand Valley knows the pressure's not on them to score a point here.
Next point. Long throw. Grand Valley looks content with taking their time. They're in this similar situation to this against Cincinnati last game.
I think also, if you're Michigan State, you're thinking Grand Valley's actually only got 6 players, 1 catch, and they're both on 10 clock.
That's a great point.
Absolutely,
that's a great
we're playing this one out.
And it's stopping it. They're calling a balls over against Michigan State. I thought that throw counted. I wasn't totally sure. Hunter looked like he. NCDA president.
Is counting on that side, so I'm not sure what he's trying to help play. Aiden Jacobs getting a little screen time here in the middle of a national championship game here.
And they're talking about it over there. It looked like NCDA president Hunter Forty is the head referee for this game. He motioned for a balls over, and I believe they're calling it.
Get a ruling.
What is the ruling? Is it a balls over?
Okay. So they stuck with their call, so now Grand Valley is balls over, and that's, unfortunately, that might be the death knell for this point for Michigan State.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So now you've got the freshman Matthew Zivian by himself. If you were to know who's first in the queue for Michigan State, that's a big deal.
That's very true. Oh, good try on the catch, but he's down. Into the huddle feeling really good about that. Now that point took a little bit longer, 8 minutes, but if you're Grand Valley, now you've got a 2-point lead, 18 minutes to go. But Kevin, you and I were in the booth for that. We've seen this before.
This is far from over. In the old format, probably over, right? You might not even get a 3-1 game in the old format. 12 on 12, powerhouse teams like this is not.
10 years ago, that's a different. Yeah, 10 years ago, it's a different story. But right now, with the firepower on this roster for Michigan State, in the format that we play now in the NCDA, it lends itself to some high-scoring games, a lot of action.
What were we just talking about? Michigan State momentum team. Right now, obviously, all the momentum is on the other side. The guys in blue jerseys.
Yeah.
But if they start to, if Michigan State's creeping up and they're close to getting a point, and they see that momentum, like they thrive in there.
Yeah, I mean they do. They could score 3 points before the end of this game. They could win this game 4-3 in regulation.
Michigan State fans, Grand Valley fans, listen to this crowd.
They're getting hyped over there.
I love it.
I mean,
love to see it.
They can taste the national title. You're up 2 points in the second half of the title game. Keep the energy up right now, and you win a title.
Fans just imploring them to close this thing,
Yeah.
close the gap here, get a point, give yourself a chance.
And MSU, they've got all their top guys in. We're at the start of a point. Oh, and Ray Franklin throws a catch.
That wasn't supposed to get there. You could tell he was trying to get that throw past McLean.
Keep an eye on these two guys on this side of the court. You have number 14, Jack Erling here, and then you got Barry Butler as well. Keep an eye on them. They're going to have to make some plays down the stretch here. Here comes a throw. Nope.
I think it's going to come from the middle.
Oh.
Barry Butler not pinching. I just noticed that.
Oh, easy fix, easy fix. Sorry,
Yeah, we're trying to fix the tripod here. This is about the 3rd or 4th time this thing's been messed up. And it's here today with the air throw coming in. But let's stick with us, folks.
sorry about that, but we are good. Oh, team catch!
Green was already out first.
Oh no, they got no team catch.
Number 14 was already out, so.
The call was made. It was the right call. We're moving on. No stoppage of play here. Grand Valley's just got to play smart, though. I mean, you can't be throwing catches. Gerling with the catch. He kept his foot in. Catch was called.
Yeah, he kept his foot dragging there. Was he out?
They called catch.
Going out after the catch? Not sure what happened there, but
Who's out? Oh, they called an out.
Dubon drawing
One.
tons of throws in the middle.
He got caught up when he caught it and dragged his foot.
All right, so a questionable call. He was called out, but we believe that he kept his foot in. I thought he kept his heel in bounds.
We'll want to review the tape on that one if we've got a view of that.
Yeah,
That was a great play by Gerling, and that could have really shifted momentum even more so for Michigan State right now. Under 16 to go. Michigan State, Grand Valley State national title game.
And look at the outline.
Yeah, it's peppered. I mean, you've got McLean and Gerling over there.
You got 3 vets in the outline for Michigan State. That's not ideal.
Owen Israels cannot be hit.
Wow.
They put 3 or 4 balls on him. He went up and went down. He went side to side.
Ben Smart doing what Ben Smart does best right there. I would take a team foul. There's a kill on Alec Gonzalez by Alec Dean, a rookie sensation from Michigan State. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, we'll have to look at the rosters for other teams like Nebraska, Ohio, some of those teams that we aren't as familiar with. But you got Matthew Bidet for Grand Valley State, and then you have Alec Dean, and you have Crockett for Michigan State. Crockett, I haven't seen him play too much. I think that his arm might be hurting him right now. But those are 3 of the best rookies in the nation this year.
Has he even played in the championship game?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that he's got a little issue.
Overtime against Towson. That's a huge loss. Aiden Jacobs.
Oh, Aiden Jacobs. And this tripod,
has
folks,
been to hell and back twice.
my goodness. Tony Stumpo does it all. Voice of college dodgeball, and he's the repairman over here.
Watch, I'm going to get plunked in the face now. Sitting down here, this is a dangerous spot.
Oh, that's a great cross there by Dubon. 6 goes down, that's Ryan Paddock. He got hit by a cross. He wasn't sure if it was a deflected ball, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it hit him square.
Can't get that one piece. Owen Israels gets tagged out here, and suddenly Michigan State has the momentum. But there was a catch. Ray Franklin's back in. Michigan State trying to get a little momentum here. They've got 5 players left. Grand Valley's got 5 players left. And Smart with the low throw. 2 more back at him for third review. Dubon with the catch on Nick Hill. Andrew Dubon fired up, launches one in between Budai and Budai and Peach.
This could be Michigan State's point.
If you're looking at Grand Valley, you've got some talent left.
Ooh, Kramer had a little bit of a look at Ben Smart over there that he could have taken, but chose not to. I mean, listen, Michigan State, you got 12 minutes left. There's plenty of time. It's not desperation mode yet. Oh, that's going to be a hit. Headshot by Ben Smart.
Got through the block there.
Salisbury, 27 here. Solid arm from Michigan State. I think he's got to make some throws because he's got a good windup. He's got a over-the-top throw.
Timeout.
12:36
Halfway
left.
through this second half. Sorry, Kevin. Kind of just steamrolled you there.
Yeah, I mean, halfway through the second half, what are you thinking right now if you're Michigan State?
This is a great opportunity for you. You haven't had Michigan or haven't had Grand Valley back on the 10 clock in a while.
Yeah, and it looks like, do we have a yellow card? Oh, a timeout was called. So the timeout was called by
Grand
Valley State. They have one left.
Yes.
Michigan State, I believe, has both their timeouts left. We'll check with the head ref real quick.
Yeah, 2 timeouts for MSU.
2 for MSU confirmed.
1 for Grand Valley. They just used theirs. Grand Valley knows they're not out of this point yet. You know, they've still got 4 extremely talented guys left on the court. Advantage Michigan State right now by player count. They do still have Kramer and Alec Dean, 2 big arms. You've got Lawson, Dubon out there. He's made some plays this point.
Yeah,
he's a senior. I don't know if this is his last game. I don't know if he's going to be a 5th year or grad school or what. But he, as a senior, if this is his last game, he's not going down without a start.
No, he's really impressed me with the way that he's developed. I mean, earlier in the season, he was not the type of player that we're seeing today in the title game. The crowd getting into it again. A lot of Michigan State and Grand Valley State fans at this one.
Looks like he might be coming after here. Team throw,
And he goes down.
Ball that hit him squeezed out. He had a shot to make a running catch for him here.
Kramer looking for the catch here.
Good spot there.
Oh, and Tyler Peach, you can't throw it right to the guy's chest. Bowman comes in on that, another veteran for GVSU. This could go to GVSU's way now. Oh, Peach goes down. Salisbury, I was saying we got to see arm or throws from this guy.
All right, 4 on 3.
This point is not over. Oh, and there's a kill. Alec Dean with a nice throw.
You've got MVP candidate, Ben Smart, Rookie of the Year candidate, back in Dubai.
Budai.
Is that what I said? What I said?
Dubai.
Dreaming of a vacation, that's all.
Yeah. Maybe that's where they go after winning instead of Disney World. Ooh.
Lawson almost ran himself into it out there to try to help protect his teammate. We got Josh Kramer right in front of the camera here. He's gonna.
Is Ben Smart safe? He is safe. Listen, Alec Dean over there's got a cannon of an arm.
We died to do this.
Oh, good stride by Kramer. Again, you don't blame him for going for that catch. You have to in this situation. Michigan State's got 2 points to earn still. But they still got 3 guys left. This is still man advantage for MSU. Oh.
Kevin Wynn gets taken out by Ben Smart. I'm not sure if that could be a throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It went out of bounds, I think, too early.
Oh, Budai ends up reaching.
I'm not sure why he would do that, but hey, we've seen this guy in the title game before. He's not the easiest guy to get out. Oh my goodness!
That brings in Josh Hill. That's a big arm. He's fresh now.
He's running the show right now, Ben Smart, saying quiet down to his bench after they started screaming. He needs to communicate with his teammate.
10 minutes, 10 seconds left here. Grand Valley holding on 2-1. We've got 2 of the most experienced players for Grand Valley.
That's ground. Good idea by Alec Dean to look for that catch. Ooh. Stoppage. You're good. As long as you're back there, you're good.
You're more important than us right now.
What was it called? What was it called?
The ball's over against Michigan State.
Oh,
so
wow.
Now you have 2 dangerous throwers in Ben Smart and Josh Hill against the junior Salisbury and Alec Dean, freshman.
That ball's in.
Alec Dean, one of these extremely talented freshmen.
That's how Jeff's going to do it. right, here we go.
Ben Smart.
I'd go for Salisbury. They go for Dean, and they get him. I mean, it was a good team throw. Yeah.
Put a great throw in Peach, so
I mean,
not to discredit him.
What's he going to do in that situation with 2 balls right there at the same time?
Oh, he does have a third ball. Okay, so he does have to throw.
Who's it?
Uh-oh, Ben Smart's hurt.
Ben Smart's arm is not feeling good right now, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't know if it's his grip or if it's his elbow.
But the thing is, Josh Hill, I was talking to someone earlier, I said, I think Josh Hill's going to get some All-American votes. He said, and he looked at me like I was stupid, as if it was obvious this guy needs to be on the All-American list. I think he's been Grand Valley's most consistent player in the second half of the season, and his arm has been outstanding. I think he deserves a look, but we're looking at both these teams have a couple guys that need to be on it.
He was maybe Grand Valley's best player at MDC.
Yeah.
And you could see what happened when he got banged up in overtime. I'm not saying that's why Grand Valley lost, but it certainly was an impact. So.
Yeah, and he's a former captain for GB.
Michigan State came out and made a sub. They brought in the freshman Matthew Zivian. Took Salisbury out in that spot.
I think 17 is a better catcher. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the plan is. That's not it. It's going to be a balls over. Uh-oh. This is going to be a catch if he floats it. No, Ben Smart. Wow. And you got to think that will do it.
4-1, under 10 minutes to go.
GVSU.
We've seen crazier things happen, but a 3-point, you got to average a point every 3 minutes.
The end to that point is where legends are made for GVSU. That sealed the title right there. I mean, Michigan State, it seemed like they had the advantage throughout that point, but still it looked like they just weren't comfortable at any point in time. And I think the reason why is because they had some of their top guys like Barry Butler, Jack Gerling, buried into the outline. Those guys dictate the pace of the game. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be a factor in this game. Crockett was humongous in the State won. Yep. So, 9 minutes left. I mean, you have no choice if you're Michigan State but to go all out right now. National title on the line. Like I said, they haven't been here since 2013. I mean,
play like you have nothing to lose.
Play like you have nothing to lose because we've seen them do that before, and they're pretty darn good at it, actually. They've scored a point on Grand Valley in under 3 minutes.
Can they do it 3 times in a row? Is this team, is this Grand Valley team? That's the question.
If they were able to force overtime, it would be the craziest comeback in college dodgeball history. Let's just say that.
Play with your hair on fire.
Yeah. And make throws right there. You don't need ball advantage.
Andrew Dubon should have dropped that ball in the middle there, but it's all right.
Kramer making a quick throw, and there's a quick kill right off the bat. Owen Israel's. Yeah, and he's got 2 balls. You know that means he's going to make a throw here at some point, and they need him to.
He's going to throw a knock right at. He's going to go at Bowman or.
Josh Hill and Gerling have been going at it all day.
Yeah, that's been a fun matchup to watch. Along with the Ben Smart, Josh Kramer matchup over on the other side there.
The score to this game, Tony, is 4-1, but it has been far closer than that score indicates.
This is probably one of the most stressful 4-1 wins we've seen for a Grand Valley team, assuming the final score stays this way.
Yep, without a doubt. And my clock is slightly off right now. Turn that.
Nice dodge.
Jumps over both. Tom Williamson on the left side there with Tyler Peach. They came in the same recruiting class for Grand Valley. Never have they had a chance to win a national title. COVID definitely put a break in the college dodgeball history, but we're back. And after 36 months off, 36 months since the last nationals, it looks like we're about to crown a champion in under 8 minutes.
A lot lot of just boom, 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 boom. Andrew Dubon misses Josh Hill low.
Yeah, and you're looking at this as a casual fan, you might think, what are they doing? They look too reckless, but you have no choice right now. That's exactly what you have to do.
That's your only hope.
Oh, and
Tyler Beach is taken out.
Peach goes down with the hit, yeah.
MSU still a lot of players left. Grand Valley down to looks like
7:15 to go. You're going to want to get one, I'd say, within the next minute, 45 seconds if you want to get a win. It's not looking good for Michigan State right now. Mark's pushing up, good throw by him, just a little bit short. Josh Hill, really good job blocking for himself in this game. He's been going up against Burling for most of the game on the same side of the court. Ooh, nice little cross there.
The right side of MSU's lineup, sleeping a little bit there.
Tony, so we've talked big picture a little bit. This Nationals as a whole, you said it might have been one of the best weekends that you've ever seen. As a spectator or as a administrator for a dodgeball tournament. Let's talk about how many great teams there are, and let's talk about how many good teams that are going to be coming back next year, just based on how many rookies there are on a lot of the top teams.
I'm telling you, Ohio has a good rookie class. UNL has good young.
Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska has really good young players. Grand Valley's going to be returning a lot. Michigan State's going to be returning a lot.
Cincinnati,
yeah.
They're going to lose a few of the guys that formed the club in the first place. As Barry Butler gets a kill on Ben Smart, and he's going to head to the outline. There's a lot of teams that are going to be in that title conversation 12 months from now, just as there were today.
Even Western Michigan, I'm excited for that. They hosted national.
Nick Hale with a catch. He's been around for a while. He was actually on the team back in 2019 when Grand Valley lost to Towson in the title game. And you see Kevin Wynn over there consoling one of his players, Barry Butler. They've been together since the 2019-2020 season.
Saginaw Valley is going to be right back in the mix, in my opinion, as well. They're not losing as much. They brought in a really talented freshman class. A guy whose name I didn't really get to call at all this weekend because I didn't get to see him. But Coleman Shayla, a freshman, and he's an assistant captain. Gets hit, and
yeah, and Matt,
you can tell he knows he's out. I don't think he wants to walk off the court.
I mean, he knows that's probably it for his season at this point.
1, 2. Oof. They're juniors. They'll be back. You can see Kevin's got his arm around Barry and his arm around Josh.
Yeah.
Thanking them for giving them everything they had this year.
I mean, this
is arguably the best team, the best season in program history for Michigan State. You brought home the MDC title, exercised that demon. You're playing. You gave everything they had and had a chance to win a national title. So it stinks to get that close and lose, but don't hang your head. We'll be back.
When we're talking legacies for Michigan State, I mean, those guys are going to be at the top of the list.
Grand Valley putting an exclamation point on this one.
Yeah, and they're going to probably earn this point. We got 4 minutes left.
Marks and Burling and.
But like we were saying, when it comes to the legacy that these players are going to leave, I'm not sure which ones are graduating of those top couple veterans for them that have been around. But the fact that they were able to win MDC, like you said, the type of season they had, 2 wins over Grand Valley State, getting to the national title game only for the second time in program history. These guys are going to be remembered for as long as Michigan State's got a dodgeball team.
By Burling there. He's still hanging tough. He's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you put this exclamation point on this game while I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, like you said.
3.5 minutes ago, Grand Valley, 3.5 minutes away from reclaiming the national title.
As Josh Hill walks back, I think he had a couple words for, a couple playful words for, that's a catch! For Jack Gerling over there.
Nice dodge by
Alec Dean. Let's see what he's got. He's their top arm, one of their top arms. And he kills him.
And the freshman violence right there.
I mean, that's 2 of the top 3 rookies in the country right there.
I'd say so. We're right up there with each of them has a classmate that could be jockeying for that position too.
And we got a balls over call. And we got 2:51 to play. he may have them step out just so he can get those.
He's like, I'm not doing it. That's a gamer right there.
He's not stepping out.
He said,
Listen,
I'm not done.
I mean, National Player of the Year ballot. I mean, mine's going to have this guy in the top 3 100%. Like you said, you wanted him in the top 3. I mean, Ben Smart's up there. I think Evan Eschenberg from JMU is going to be up there as well. And he goes down. And that's probably going to be it. GVSU. 36 months since the last time they stepped on the court for a title game.
The Nationals is going back to Allendale. Are we doing a trophy presentation?
I believe we will be.
Okay.
I think we'll have
game. The Grand Valley ultimately outlasts Michigan State 5-1 to reclaim the national title. First tournament we've had since 2019. Grand Valley. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yep, I mean, they've got to be happy to get it back to Allendale, Michigan. Trophy ceremony thing should go right here where Hunter presents it in front of us so we can film it if possible.
Hunter, can you do the trophy thing here?
And we're gonna have the national championship trophy, which is right here, next to NCDA President Hunter Ford. We're gonna have that handed over to Grand Valley State. It's been a while since they've had it in their possession, but it's coming back home, where it's been for 11 of the 16 seasons that the NCDA's been around. Tony, what are your final thoughts about Michigan State before we talk GVSU again?
Tyler Peach getting carried off. First season as captain.
First season as captain, 1 for 1. Ben Smart.
Ben Smart getting embraced by his team, the comeback kid. We weren't sure if he was going to play again this season after the injury at the home tournament. And for MSU, nothing to hang your head about. It sucks getting that close and losing, but Michigan State they're not graduating much, in my opinion, and they'll be back. They will absolutely be back.
Congratulations to your team. You guys played an excellent team and have an excellent weekend overall. Obviously, an excellent season for us. You guys should be proud of this accomplishment. Take your pride.
There it is. Grand Valley State Lakers back on top.
Kevin, what about you? What are your final thoughts after this weekend for the league, for these teams?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. So I'll start by saying for the league, the NCAA is in an amazing spot right now. The league continues to grow, and we've got talent up and down rosters across the league. It's not as top heavy as it used to be. I mean, we've got teams all across the country, from Nebraska to the East Coast to Michigan, the historic, dominant team. Yeah, I mean, we'll have one of Grand Valley's players jump in here, but for a second we can just chat about, like you said, the league as a whole is in a great spot. Actually, you're going to need this camera closer so it can pick up the sound, because it's coming from the phone itself, and we can just zoom out as far as possible. While we figure that out, it looks like GVSU has taken their first title game picture since back when Nationals was held at it feels like ages ago. So they got to be feeling good. little bit more about that team. Like I said, the legacy that they're going to leave. I'll jump over to this chair when we get that smart in, or whoever happens to be. But yeah, Michigan State before we get that team's loaded with talent. They're still going to be loaded with talent. This isn't the last run that they're going to have in the national title. They've still got fantastic coaches over there. I mean, that program's going to stay. We're going to see them back here during their season competing for another national title. So their t-shirts will say 2022 College Dodgeball National Champions. Nobody gets to take that away from them. Another picture coming up, so.
Tip the cap of all these programs.
Yeah, but you know, this feels to me like, you know, early era college football or basketball where there's a few teams that are dominant. It's not always going to be like this. Grand Valley can't expect to be Washington.
Fucking proud of you.
Take the middle seat, man. We got more photos. Yeah. Listen, he's a busy man right now. He won a national title about 5 minutes ago. Well, yeah, I mean, the tournament as a whole was incredible. We had some insane games. And if you think about some of the top games in NCDA history, Bowling Green against Penn State yesterday, a 3-point comeback. They scored 4 straight and ended up winning the game 5-4. Wow. No. Ohio State fell down by 2 points twice.
Correct. And then ended up winning that.
Yeah, I mean, that was an all-time game there as well. Title game 5-1, sure. I mean, it was 2 great games. I enjoyed it. And let's not forget, right before that, on this board, was Towson against Cincinnati. That one was crazy. And look what we got here. We have 2 guests. Ben Smart and the trophy itself.
We got Ben Smart and the trophy here. Ben, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. We worked so hard this year. I put anyone on that roster on the court and everything.
And you guys went through some adversity this year. Let's talk about that. So, I mean, you guys lost to Michigan State twice this season. It's not like you were coming in here like some Grand Valley teams of the past where you never lost a game that season or lost maybe 1 game. So talk about that adversity and how you guys dealt with that. And what was your game plan going up against a team that knew how to beat you?
Michigan State beat us at Signal Valley.
Can we not?
About 11 guys, but some guys at UCB. I was injured. We didn't have Ray, and then Josh was injured at the end of it, and then also Tom was injured in the second half. So we pulled through that. We worked super hard, and we fixed the mistakes that we did at MSC. We played too slow at the second half, and we finished it out this year.
Yep. Tony, you have one?
Yeah, so I just wanted to, it has to be even sweeter after what you personally dealt with the elbow injury, having to go through that, not even knowing if you'd be medically cleared to play. Now you hold the trophy. We had an emphatic kill at the end to put it out of reach. We played a great game. That's got to be the cherry on top, right?
Oh, it feels so good. To be honest, I didn't even think that I'd come back this year. And now we even have a league going on, USA Dodgeball. I have a great team there, so I'm ready to move forward.
Awesome. Any final thoughts?
Yes. I guess one more question. We'll get Tyler Peach in here right after this. But you've been with this program for a while. You were on the team back in 2018, the last time that they did win a national title. This is not your first title. But since then, you had the heartbreaker against Towson in 2019. How good does it feel after all of that time, thinking about we need that trophy back at home and now it's back at home?
It feels really good. Yeah, I was proud against Towson. We could have held it out, but losing that game even motivated me even more. We lost a great group of guys like Brandon Mizel, Sam Stockton, I can go on, Aaron Kraft, James Reyes, Brett Blair. and I just keep on going on. And now I have a great freshman class. They pulled through, and oh my gosh, I'm just definitely keep on going. Go down there.
And someone wants is requesting the trophy.
Someone's requesting the
And also,
trophy.
we're going to request Captain Tyler Peach to come in here and talk. But congratulations once again, Ben Smart. In my opinion, best player in the country this season. I would give
Proved
you
it
Player of
today,
the Year.
took over.
Yep, I think that sealed it. So congratulations
Congrats
once again.
again. All right, come on in, Tyler. We're gonna get
One of these. You can grab this one.
we'll get some words from
Welcome. Congratulations.
Grand Valley captain. One season as captain. One season as captain.
make sure
One
it's
national
close.
title. How you feeling now?
I'm feeling great. I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, this is my first national title. First national tournament. It was great. I didn't even know what to say after. It was just a crazy experience. Crazy coming up against MSU again. MSC, man. It's just great. It's awesome.
I was going to ask, so I mean, this is your first title, so this is unique for you, but it's also unique for Grand Valley as a whole. I don't know if we've had a team that has had so few players that have experienced this national championship. You know, there's you guys finally getting it back this year. So many of those guys, it's their first time feeling this. That's rare for Grand Valley. So, I mean, take us through what you think about that. I mean, this whole season, as the captain, you've been leading a team that not as many of them have been there, done that. So how did you approach that, and how's it feel to finally be on top with that group?
I mean, coming in, you can look at our lineup. We got probably 80% have never been in this situation before. It'd be either the first year or they never had nationals before. Just coming into it, our mindset was kind of any other tournament. I mean, we knew it was nationals, but these guys have played throughout the season. I mean, they've played with the best. We've had alumni come in. They get better every practice, and it comes down to that, just wanting to be there, wanting to get better, and they have. I mean, it shows. It's great. I mean, they learn from all the alumni, they learn from me, they learn from Ben, Nick, everyone that comes back, Josh. It's just great, and we all pick each other up, no matter what happens, and it's just been a great experience.
So what was, as captain and the leader of the team, what was kind of your message throughout the season to the team? Because unlike most seasons from Grand Valley history, there was more adversity this year than ever before. A few more injuries, things like that. You know, you guys went to a tournament down a player.